you so much for watching the show. I really hope that you are enjoying. Please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to donate. Don't forget to subscribe to all other social medias. Don't forget those things, okay? Listen, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join us. We would love for you to be a part of us. Hey, while you guys are sitting there, please make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget. Also, while you're sitting there, please make sure you share the video with somebody on all social medias. Let me not forget to tell you that you can donate. Thank you for supporting the platform. Thank you so much for being a supporter of the show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hitting that like button. And I appreciate everything that you guys do.
Hey there, listen, so basically based upon the rules of YouTube and the community guidelines, we have to make sure that we cover ourselves with the use of, if we're going to be using content, we have to recreate it, add some commentary to it, fix it up, whatever the case may be. It can never be the original. Anyways, this is my fair use, copyright, recreation, and just making sure that I abide by the community guidelines and the rules and regulations of YouTube in reusing this content.
What is up? What's going on, everybody? Hey, y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yes. Hey, y'all. Come on. We're gonna talk about a few things tonight. Hey, y'all. I see y'all in the comments. Hey, Alex, Sonia, Stevie, Marcus, is that Shantaeus? Is that it? Josetta, hey D. What's going on, peoples? Hey Myrna, hey babies, hey Tiffany, what's going on? Come on, y'all, let's go. Let's go. All right, so let's just really talk about this for real. Okay, let's just talk about it. Okay. We did a review this morning. Hey Cynthia. Hey Diva G. I didn't say. I just want to really understand. What is it that Black people I just want to know. So yeah, no, baby, I didn't get it. I didn't see it, baby. I promise you I didn't see it. I didn't see it, baby. I promise you I didn't see it. Let me see, put my face right here. Stevie, do you want to come on? Stevie. Baby, when I tell you Kamala was at a funeral today? Baby, she was at Sheila Jackson Lee's funeral today. Just looks so nice. Stevie. Hey y'all. I'm watching this, and what is more disappointing to me is that our people feel like some of our people feel like Donald Trump is the best candidate. And I am utterly confused. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm utterly confused. I'm confused. And I don't want nobody to feel like I'm bashing them, because everybody, we live in a democratic society. We live in a democracy where, we have the right to pick and choose and do all. Steve, I'm finna sing you something. Stevie, hold on, let me get. There you go. Steve, I just sent you a message. There you go. Thank you, Sonya. I appreciate it. I have sat back and watched all of this, and I'm telling y'all, from me, y'all make it make sense. Make it make sense. I want to know, how is he going to make the economy better? How is he going to make the educational system better? How is he going to make the streets better? And for me, I'm a little bit more passionate about this because, like, this is my world, right? This is my world. And to see people that's, dick riding for this man is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It makes no kind of sense. No kind of sense. And then it's like, oh, Trump gonna give us some money. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Now we ain't finna go through no formalities. Y'all, my brother here. What's up, Darius? I'm finna say Stevie, Lord Jesus. Brother, your mic on mute.
I love Stevie, but hey, I'm here.
Darius.
Hey.
Darius.
What's going on, brother?
Did you watch
Yeah, I watched that. I have so many emotions about that.
Stevie?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I spoke his name and Stevie appeared. All right.
She.
I am so sorry. She.
Y'all,
Yes.
I had to replay the Black Journalist Convention. I had to give my own personal reaction to this, because I only watched clips. But from the actual interview, I'm like, so y'all gonna say that Donald Trump was bombarded and jumped?
So I listened in on another friend of ours, another content creator, and he and folks in his chat voiced that that the moderators kind of came off from the rip, kind of adversarial. There was no hello, how are you? There was, the kind of the pleasantries.
Wait,
that
did they not greet him?
They did, but then, like I said, this is not my personal view. This was the view of some others. Now, what a lot of people didn't understand that this man was tweeting before this event. He was tweeting on his site, Truth Social. He was he was putting out all kinds of messages to his folks before he even came onto the stage. He came with an intent to do what he did.
Do you got the screenshots?
I don't have it because I'm not on Truth Social.
Okay.
But I heard the reporting on, I think it was MSNBC. So he came with an intent to do what he did. Now, personally, I feel like that association should never have invited him. I don't. I am not an advocate of willingly inviting the devil into the house. Now he may slip in, but I ain't gonna willingly open the door and just let him walk in. But
This
we
is a
should not be
disaster.
surprised. Exactly.
This is the National Association of Black Journalists. My thing is this, and they said every presidential candidate, they welcome them to come speak on this forum. We already know what Donald Trump was going to get. He said the quiet part out loud when he said, "Oh well, Christians, you if you vote, you will never have to vote for me again." But this is about racism. He starts the fear and flames of fire for racism. That's what he does in our country. Literally right now, while people are arguing, well, is Kamala black? Is she this? Is she that? He tapped right into that on that stage when he said, is she black or is she Indian? Or is she black this week?
But Stevie, here's the thing. What does that even do? We question Okay. Oh Lord. I feel my old Florida Memphis roots about to kick in now. Oh Lord. Do we question Al Cracker that come up there on that stage about what color they are? I just want to know. Not. Do we question a white person that steps foot on a stage about their color, their ethnicity, about who their mama is, who their dad is? But then when a black person gets on a stage, then here we come questioning how black they are. And then you get black folks who get involved like, well, I don't think she black enough.
You realize that's a strategy. See, the thing is, they don't know how to take Kamala because see, they put all their chips on Biden. They never. I don't think they ever seriously saw Kamala as somebody that he would have to run against. That after that, especially after that debate, it was kind of a given that Biden was going to lose. And so they put all their chips into Biden, and so now all of a sudden here comes this black woman that they didn't have any real strategy for. She was almost kind of an afterthought. And now they don't know how to take her. Once she's almost 20 years younger than him. One thing that Kamala is popular culture today. Donald Trump is stuck like in the 1960s.
He's 78 years old.
Yeah.
He's an
stuck
old
in that
man.
era. He's stuck in that era. And the way that Kamala has become popular culture. If you look at their rallies, I mean, just look at the Republican convention. You got Hulk Hogan, 100-year-old ass.
It was a
You got Kid Rock. You got these old geriatrics. I mean, Hulk Hogan, I thought it was Marjorie Taylor Greene for a second.
No.
You know, but then you take a Kamala Harris rally that she just had in Atlanta. She had Quavo on the stage. She had Meg the Stallion on the stage. Now it's not just about her, it's the movement. There is genuine excitement about this movement because she's not promoting a message of gloom. Let's go back to the 1960s. Let's go back to the Jim Crow era. She is pushing the promise of this country, and she's promoting the future. And so that is why people are excited. That woman is black. We know from the inception of us coming into this country, if you had a 10th of black blood in you, it's either a 4th or 10th, you was black. Kamala's, and I need especially some of us to understand the difference between race and nationality. Kamala's father was Jamaican, meaning he was from Jamaica, which is a country, but he was of African descent, meaning he is a black man, meaning she is a black woman who also her mother was of Asian descent.
I mean, do I got to pull up the picture again?
And so, did you notice today that Donald Trump posted a picture of Kamala and her family in India, trying
Oh
to
my God,
push,
yes.
yeah, trying to push his narrative that she's not really black. And my thing
He's a
is,
birther.
yes, how insulting is it? How do you, a
As a
white man,
cracker.
how do you, as a white man, define for us what blackness is? How dare you try to tell
But
us
see, that's
what black is?
that's that white supremacist, white superiority bullshit right there. How you as a white man gonna try to tell me how black the fuck I'm? Jesus, oh Lord, Father. Oh Jesus,
But
Father.
his grandfather, you go back in history because I posted something on IG. His great grandfather was an immigrant. So I wonder where his hatred towards anybody that is marginalized comes from. Where does it come from?
White
And
privilege.
then your father in 1927 got locked up for attending a KKK meeting. What the
Mm,
hell was he doing there?
mm,
Because even then, they thought they was better than us.
mm. And like I be trying to tell, like, child, listen, like I be trying to tell folks, if it ain't white, it ain't right.
And did you see the disrespect? And he has a real issue with black women.
Oh yeah.
We've seen this time and time again. The disrespect that he showed those women on that
Thank
panel,
you.
those moderators, the disrespect. I mean, and he has a problem. Well, I know why he don't like black prosecutors because they the ones hauling his ass into court nonstop. So yeah, he don't like Alvin Bragg and Fonnie and what's that woman up in New York? That
Oh,
attorney general
Letitia
in New York,
James? Oh,
Letitia James.
yeah.
Oh baby, he hates him he hates him a black attorney. And then all
But
this
see,
stuff about Kamala, about her failing. I don't care if she failed her laws, and guess what? She passed it at some point.
thank you. That's I was just like, why do you tell half the story? Like she may have failed her exam once, but she had to pass it in order to become an attorney. Like, come on, tell the
Yes.
truth.
I mean, this woman who went to an HBCU, because first they're telling the narrative that she's not really from the United States, that she grew up in Canada. Kamala was born in America. Okay, so let's dispel that. Yes, she did go to school in Canada for a time, but she is an American. She was born here. She went to an historically black college and university, which was Howard, right? I believe so. She is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, which is the first black sorority of the Divine Nine, my Divine Nine sister. So all of that, and you still gonna say you still got to question her blackness? Why? Because she's married to a white man? Why? Because her mom was of Asian descent? Because her mom was Indian? Does that make her any less black when truth be told, ain't none of us 100% African?
Hmm. Hello.
And believe
I
it or
see
not,
Christian. What's
it's
up, Christian?
other
I'm sorry, Stephen. Stevie, I didn't mean to
it
interrupt you, sweetheart, but I just want to say hey
it
to Tony.
yeah, I was saying that it's other black women out here that look just like Kamala.
Come on.
And I can take you back
Mm-hmm.
in time. Is the singer A. Marie. She is beautiful. I think she's what, Asian and black.
Come on.
And then there's an actress by the name of Denise Lawton. She was on Tyler Perry's House of Pain. No,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, House of Pain. And she was the girl who worked in the. I mean, so another thing, Tisha Campbell is another one as well too. When she was on Martin, they were questioning her blackness. They wanted Tashina Arnold to have Martin, Gina's character. They
Child, I
wanted
knew
Tashina
Tisha was black
Arnold.
by that
Yeah,
just by that
Pam.
forehead.
And it's just like in the black community, it's like, okay, are you black? You're not black enough. She's a black woman. Kamala Harris is a black woman. And she is deeply qualified to do the job. Whereas Trump is a 78-year-old criminal, twice impeached. And you owe this woman E. Jean Carroll.
A
You need to be
34th
paying
time
E. Jean
convicted
Carroll.
felon. This
Someone
man was
called it
found
was
liable for sexual assault,
But we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk
meaning
about
that the judge felt that he raped somebody. And this is the best that they could put up to run for president.
and he's running from her. Oh, Trump, you scared of girls? You scared to get beat by a girl? Your niece married Trump because she's also on you to marry Trump media. She said that he has a thing with powerful women. He does not like powerful women. And that goes back to Darius's point, which is if a black woman mainly challenges him or pushes back the way Rachel did, the young lady that was on stage asking him the questions. He doesn't like that. Oh, it's a tough question. You know, it's a difficult question, but you had no problem. You don't have that energy for Laura Ingraham on Fox News. And I kind of am on the fence about Harris Faulkner, who was also on that panel as well from Fox News. Like, girl, where do you stand? You're a black woman, and you sat up here and you allowed this man to disrespect this black woman. Why didn't you sit up there in real time and fact check him as well too? Because the sole purpose of this conference was to fact check him in real time.
You know what, Stevie? What I wondered was, why didn't they build some fact checking into?
I asked that question
into this conversation because we know that he has an affinity for the truth, and I'm being nice. That there should have been some fact checking on the spot.
I asked that question.
He does have faith. I agree with faith. He has a problem with women, period. And that's why he went and got that clown, JD Vance, who is nothing but a sexist and a undercover white supremacist. Which is funny because you went and picked a man who promotes all that stuff, but his wife isn't his wife Asian?
Ah, yes.
And he got little mixed babies.
I thought his wife was Indian.
And we know how he feels about marginalized
that qualifies under
groups.
the Asian spectrum, doesn't it? Yeah. Because India, that's the country.
Well, she looks.
I'm not sure she's from India, but she is definitely she is not Caucasian.
And didn't he say in one of those interviews also that white supremacists came after, was harassing him and her as well too? Well, why are you choosing to represent this man? Oh, we know why. Project 2025, which you wrote the foreword on.
Exactly. And now Trump is trying to distance himself from Project 2025. But what does it matter when 6 people from your administration was involved in drafting the proposal, and some of the people that you want to put on your cabinet,
140,
are the people that was involved in it? You can publicly deny it all you want to, but you in it, you all in it with them.
And then when the fire gets hot, the questions are too difficult for him. The way she was giving him pushback, the young lady Rachel that was asking him the questions. And yes, CC, I did see that. April Ryan, Yamiche Alcindor, Don Lemon, Abby Phillip. Who else that is a news anchor? Anybody that is black that is a news anchor, he tends to go after. And what does he call it? He calls it fake news. Oh, ABC is fake news because they fact check you.
I was like, how is it fake news when you had a problem with those 2 black women that were sitting right there? You could hear them loud and clear. But then when it got to what's her name? Harris, the woman down at the end.
Harris Faulkner. Yep.
Harris Faulkner. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, these mics are so jacked up. Oh, it's just a mess. I'm like, but you can applaud her and celebrate her. Oh, she's a wonderful person. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Yeah, I've interviewed her. I've talked with her. But these women right here who is not kissing your butt. And I'm like, we could have had a whole panel where you just came on and just had a conversation. If you did not feel like answering the question, you didn't have to answer the question. But
that's the thing. He
was
never
so
answers any question. If you ask him, he cannot tell you any policy. He can't even tell you what he did in his last administration. He can speak broadly, but he can't get into the specifics. Joe Biden, the man that they said was senile and demented, just got 4 Americans released. They said today he was working on that an hour before he told the nation.
Wait, what happened, Darius? Darius, your mic went out. There's what happened to the mic? I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Don't tell me they try to mess up the live feed. Oh, they trying to mess up the live feed, Jesus.
100 people plus 47 likes. Yes, please get these likes up in here for my brother. Run them up.
Please.
But
Okay, sorry.
and not only that, but Sheila Lee Jackson's funeral. So Kamala couldn't make it, but he was like, "Oh well, we just have to meet." You running from debating her because the date was September 10th.
Kamala was at that funeral. She was at that funeral.
And Trump could never. No compassion.
Oh, let me tell you something. Trump has not even been to anything remotely for black people. Like he didn't even show up. If you felt some type of way, you would have went to that funeral. See, but Sheila Jackson Lee didn't like him either. So I mean, he wasn't going to that. What about the folks who died on January 6th? Did he show up at their funeral?
Oh, that's another thing. He's talking about pardoning them.
But they okay.
See, the type of agenda that he's going for is authoritarian fascism. Totalitarianism.
There's
yes. Sorry, somebody kept kind of calling me.
Don't be calling my brother right now. We are
some hoe I don't want to talk to.
We talking business.
I'll talk to hoes. Call me back tomorrow.
We talking business. Okay.
I'm trying to go live. But I think the point that I wanted to emphasize is Joe Biden, the man that they said was demented and senile, just got 4 Americans released from Russia. You have people over there 5-6 years being held.
Elvis,
God bless you, sir. How are you?
I am well. Good to have you on.
I am glad to be on. I tell you, glad to be on. How are you doing, Darius, on this great day?
Hey, Pastor Elvis, I am great, sir. How are you?
I'm blessed, glad to be alive. I'd rather be here than to be here.
And let me correct myself. Soon to be, because I believe in speaking those things that be not as though they were. Soon to be school board member.
Yes, sir. I believe
Elvis
that God is going. I believe God gonna grant us favor in this hour. I hope so. I'm really gonna keep doing the work. We're gonna stay on the ground.
So yes, Elvis, sir. Have you heard any of the conversation?
I did. I've heard some of it. I just was leaving a meeting, a forum kind of setting tonight where we had to basically talk about, the school board race. But I did kind of get a glimpse of a bit of conversation there.
Okay. I just want to make sure. So where are we at, y'all, with the conversation? Like, we were talking about his interaction with the ladies on the platform.
Yes, NABJ.
So, Elvis, did you get a chance to watch that?
I did. I watched it in live time.
So, what were your thoughts?
My thoughts of it was, to be honest, when you understand the political process, I think he was who he was. He was Donald Trump. And he acted like himself. I mean, I'm not. I would say he acted like himself. I don't think it's.
And so, Elvis, I'm gonna say this. There's no pressure for you to feel any way or any side.
Well, you and me both know better than that. I have no pressure. I stand.
No, I'm saying that
on my own. I'm very good with that, and I don't mind.
Yeah. Pastor Elvis, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
If you were Trump's campaign advisor, would you have advised him to do this panel?
If I was his campaign advisor, I would have advised him not to do it. But I do say by him doing it, while we don't have to give him any kind of credit or kudos, it did speak volume of him trying to. Um, it wasn't necessary. He don't need to do it, but I do think that it should have some credit to do it, because you are walking, when you go into a political forum and you're walking into a lion's den, knowing that the very people sitting on the panel and audience is not your base. You don't do those. You just don't go. That's period. And so
Correct.
for him to go, I think it's commendable.
So do you feel, because I've seen a lot of negative press, do you think there were any positives from him doing this?
I think him just going was good. I don't think, I mean, positive, I think it was political. I think he talked. He was himself. He did what he did. He's going to rant. He's going to talk. If I was his political anything, I would just tell him most times to be quiet. You know, don't say anything, because if you keep silent, you'll win by a landslide. But I think the more you talk, the more you cause people to veer a different way, because he's not political. And if you think about the 26. In reality, and that's why he was elected in 2016, because he was not political. He just said anything he wanted to say. He don't know how to dress up the foolishness that comes out of his mouth. Like every other candidate, every other politician know how to be politically correct. They know how to dress up the crap that comes out of their mouth, sound good, know how to appease those that they speak in front of. We buy the emotion and we go vote and get nothing.
Mm-hmm. So Elvis and we were having a conversation earlier, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. This is me. This is me talking. I'm gonna say the same thing I told Elvis. Whether it's Kamala or whether it's Donald Trump, my only thought is I want you to be able to do something. I know we have raised Kamala umpteen millions of dollars. Everybody's wanting Trump for various of reasons. At this point, I just want a particular person that can get in office and make some stuff happen. Because again, I'm tired of the clown show. I'm tired.
Make something happen. Like what?
Okay, so make something happen. Like, okay, we've been dealing with the school systems, right? Let's deal with that. Let's make sure that our children are able to learn effectively. I'm not here to talk about bathrooms. Listen, put the history stuff back in there. Let's be able to teach these kids so that they can effectively grow up to be productive citizens.
That's not the answer. The kids is not even reading at all. Literacy rates is outrageous.
You know,
we're talking about putting the Black history back in the school. Can we get them to read anything?
But wait, Elvis, I'm not done. See, the kids ain't learning because honestly, the teachers don't care. No. You went to school. I went to school. I know what the teachers were like. They would sit there and they would teach kids. And plus, because I was a teacher myself, I saw teachers who did not care. And because either they weren't getting paid enough or they felt some type of way about the students, it was like they just pass you right on through. And for God's sake, don't be good at any sport. They just gonna give you a good grade so you can go on and keep playing sports. It has to be focused on the education of the students and the betterment of the students, regardless of where you come from, whatever part of town, uptown, downtown, middletown, the hood, the projects, whatever. It has to be about making these kids be able to, get what they need to get. But the teachers honestly don't care. So
I'm gonna push back against that just a little bit, because I do know teachers that very much.
Some of them.
So I think we can't just we can't put a blanket statement on all teachers.
Some of them.
Yeah. And I recognize that teachers are working in a very challenging environment, particularly if you are educated in the state of Florida under this current government. And his tyrannical views and attempts to erase history and rewrite history.
Or whitewash it. They want to whitewash it.
Well, let's talk about if they was teaching whitewash, no black, no. Let's talk about the reality that teachers are tired of going to school, teaching, and being the seventh largest district in the nation, and Florida is paid 49. Okay, it's not, the teachers are not getting paid what they're due. They're not getting paid what they're worth. The teachers should have increased. You got more teachers on food stamps. You got more teachers in income restricted homes. These teachers are in this place for the simple reason why it's not enough. And so teachers have to go to school, get cussed out by children and parents at times, still not to be able to do anything. We have to talk the reality. Teachers want and is demanding now more money. They want to be paid. And so we can put whatever curriculum in place. Are we paying the teachers what they deserve? They're not getting paid. That's local elections, and it don't have anything that's local and state. That doesn't get all the way to Washington and the president.
Also to add to that, it's like, yeah, their pay is not where it needs to be. That's very true. And I'm over here on Instagram too, and I have teachers that are on watching right now. One of the teachers said, "We care, but the pay needs to align with the daily demands."
Yes.
Absolutely.
Look at Marcus's comment.
Who?
Marcus.
That part too. He's a teacher and can't afford to live.
Absolutely. I just said that.
Now, absolutely. Here's the other thing to add to what Elvis said. Elvis, I'm not even going to do this, but I get where Elvis is coming from because the money is very important. The money is very important.
It's
because
necessary.
You got to have money. It's essential because you got to be able to live. If everything is rising, everything is going up, then your pay needs to go up. So if we're going and say, "Oh, Trump's a good candidate because he gonna give us some money," okay, well, Kamala, what you gonna give us?
But not even talk about Trump. We got to go back to the basics. I'm running for school board to make an impact. I'm running for school board not to waste time. When you go back, you got to talk local election. When a deputy walks in a Wawa, when a deputy walks in a racetrack, they badge means something. They get their drink, they get their coffee, they walk out. When they go and apply for them an apartment, they badge means something. It's discounted. When they go play, at the end of the day, Hillsborough County, our school teachers' badges need to mean something. We have to get creative. There should be an affordable housing opportunity for our teachers. They should be incentives. Spectrum should be giving us cable. We should have teachers should be having T-Mobile should be lowered. These T-Mobile phones, these things should be essential to our teachers. They should mean something. And if we don't advocate for it and we keep trying to jump up to Washington thinking something is going to be done, we're messed up again. It's not the White House. It's our house.
But Elvis, I said this, I've been saying this all week long since I've been on this kick. If we do not start with our local and state political parties and government, then trying to go to the state, to the national, it's not going to help because you have not corrected what's in your home. You've not corrected what's going on in your state. If you want things to go right as far as in your law enforcement, your school board, your districts and everything like that, then you need to start at home and then go to the national and say, "Hey, we've been correcting this down here in Florida. Hey, we've been correcting this down here in Tennessee. Hey, we've been correcting this down here in Minnesota, California. This is what we've been doing. Now, can you do this across the board?"
Because I want to remind us that President Barack Obama was the president. And I want to remind us that what he did was he got the federal government to give Florida a certain amount of $1 billion for light rail to go from Orlando to Tampa to Jacksonville, different places on the train.
Well, what the hell we need with a light rail?
Well, that's transportation. You can get jobs many places, right? And you don't have to just be confined in your one area. What happened was, even though he did that, Rick Scott the governor at the time said, I don't want it because it's coming from the Obama administration. He sent it back, and Obama decided to use it in Chicago. So what am I saying is we can keep hollering about all of this up in Washington. If the governor don't want it, it can't come in this state.
Come on.
It doesn't matter.
Did he also reject the Medicaid expansion?
Most definitely.
Which hurt Florida. Rick
A
Scott. And then
lot
we
of
let that fool go to D.C. and represent us.
And then a lot of you think about it, the government, Washington can give right now, they can give unemployment, a certain amount of X amount of dollars for unemployment for people in Florida. And Governor DeSantis can say, I don't want it, we don't need it, keep it. And you don't have it.
But see, this is why it's important to put the right people in office. Now, Rejoice said in New York, they're paying teachers $120,000. But see, let's stop there. $120,000 in New York is no money.
It's no money.
Especially when your rent is $5,000 a month.
It's $8,000 for a basement.
That part. That's no money. That is absolutely no money. Come to Florida and you're getting paid, what, $40,000 a year, $50,000, $48,000 a year. That's no money, especially when
all those people from New York come down here, and then they still have jobs in New York, but they move here.
But it is important for us to vote for our national level. Of course, we know we got presidential candidates on the ballot. Make no mistake, there are presidential candidates on the ballot. And well, it's only one on the ballot. We don't know who's going to be the next one. We don't know who's going to be, we still waiting to figure out who's going to be, who's going to be the nominee for the Democratic Party, but that is already solidified already.
Elvis, respectfully, we already know who is going to be.
Well, no, we don't know. I mean, we don't know because she hasn't.
Okay, we can say we don't know, but we know.
But okay, well, I mean, we know who we will want. We don't know who it's going to be. So, I mean, they haven't went through the process yet to give any delegates or anything of that nature. So while they're figuring that out and get all that stuff together in Chicago, we'll be waiting. And then there will be two presidents. Both parties will be represented on the ballot, and we'll have work to do.
Matter of fact, while we sitting up here talking, did y'all get y'all
oh yes, God.
Did y'all get y'all primary election sample ballot? Did y'all get it? Now, did y'all get it? Make sure
my sample ballot.
You got your ballot? Okay. So if you got your sample ballot in the mail, if you have not got it, you need to find out where your
polling location, make sure your voter's registration information is up to date, and make sure that you are registered to vote. Go to vote.org.
Yes.
If you're not registered now, you register, but you'll have to vote in the November election. You'll miss the primary, but
yes.
still register.
You'll miss the primary.
The November election.
So early voting starts August the 5th through the 18th. Monday. Starts Monday through the 18th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. If y'all got y'all stuff, y'all go, especially us Florida folks. Please, no excuse. Elvis is on here.
Am I on that ballot?
Elvis, your name right for District 5.
My God, today. Well, God, we give you praise. I made the ballot. For this we give him praise.
Elvis is on the ballot,
And I'm on your ballot, which means you in my area. I would really let me give you the same speech I've given everybody else. I'm Elvis Piggott running for School Board District 5. I would love to have your vote. I would really appreciate you for understanding that our generation is in trouble. And we need someone in this seat that can represent what our generation looks like. And so please,
Elvis.
I got it already. Okay.
You know what, Pastor Elvis, I started to shout just then because I felt like you was going into a praise.
Wait, I'm trying to find it.
What you trying to find?
Don't worry about it, because I do support my friends. I do support my friends.
God bless you.
And even if you are in Hillsborough and you're not in District 5, you can still support
Yes, you
Pastor
can.
Elvis.
Yes, you can. You can go to Elvis, the number 4 schoolboard.com and
Elvis,
give a sanctified contribution to that
Elvis.
campaign.
So you don't have to do all that talking and preaching. How about
That's a good one. That's the truth. I like
I
that.
wanted to shout glory.
I like that. Now we got work to do.
Pastor Elvis, you should have went into a praise at the end of that.
No, they won't vote for me. They got nervous.
Oh Lord.
no, I can't.
Oh, wait a minute. Now they want to separate church and state.
Yeah, they're gonna separate. Look, we go. But you know, but all jokes aside, all seriousness, you know, this is a very crucial, critical election. We are in a critical situation, from the White House to the schoolhouse to the state house. We have to do all we can to be informed voters. Let's not be people that vote off of emotions and off of a trend, but let's vote off of information. I always say some people get inspired by some people like inspiration, and then there's some of us that like information. And so let's not go out and vote from inspiration. We need to go out and make sure we're voting with information. And if we don't have the information, we have to do our research. And the thing that I love people talking about is democracy. I love the part of democracy. I love the part that they're talking about what we need to do and do this. What we need to do is make sure we do our homework and make sure we sit down and take our time and make real sound decisions. Following trends does not get things moving in communities, but making sound decisions do. And I just hope everybody make that sound decision.
So I feel like this, you know, with us even, you know, feeling some type of way based upon, because everybody's upset because so many people are feeling like, oh, she's a woman, she's not black enough, or she's not black, she's this. And it's like, listen, and I've been stressing this. I'm like, what do you all want? Because all of the bickering, and I think that's what a lot of people want us to do, is to keep fighting each other. And then we just say, oh, well, F it, I'm not voting. And then it's like we do, and I agree with Auntie Deb, we have all the broken promises. We have people saying, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. If we, the people that elect to put these people in, if we don't stay on their head and their neck from the local to the national, this is why things get to be where they are. We ask them to do something and we just leave it with them and say, okay, y'all gonna do it. We expect for y'all to keep your word. No, we have to stay on them. Okay, you want this to happen. You want that to happen. Keep pressing. But nobody continues to say anything because
we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that for a black candidate. I will hope not.
We ain't got to do that.
If we got to do that for a black candidate that understands that 400 years of slavery, that understands that black people are already.
I don't care what color you are, black or white.
I'm gonna say it again. I don't have to inform. Don't nobody have to inform me I'm black. Don't nobody have to inform me the struggles of being black. Don't nobody have to inform me that when I get pulled over by white police, I better be careful. Don't nobody have to inform me of these things. And if I got to now run for office and be informed by black people how to be black or what a black struggle is, I think I need to second guess, do I need to be running for office? Because at the end of the day, you need to come in with a solution to what we have already seen this country plagued with. And that's discrimination and racism at its all-time high. And that's just bottom line. No, this is the difference between Democrats and Republicans. Democrats pander and Republicans speak to their base. Donald J. Trump is speaking to his base. Call him white supremacist, call him racist. He knows how to rally his base to get out and vote. We sit here and we got to appeal to everybody. Everybody got to get a little pie. No, rally your base. Who is your base? What are you going to do? Donald Trump make it clear, I'm going to cut taxes. I'm going to cut taxes. And so the billionaires know who to go to. He going to cut taxes. He's talking, I need some tangible things that you will do because you understand the struggle of a black community. But we don't want none of that because we want the inspiration and we enjoy the ride of a thrill.
No, I
give to the thrill too. Let me go make my contribution to the thrill so I can be a part of history.
Well, see, as I said to you before, and you told me that it's not really possible. Maybe I had the incorrect, but I want a balanced person.
That's
I want to. You huh?
It ain't happening. You got a Democrat and a Republican. That's what you're gonna have in every election. Take Donald Trump out. Take Kamala out. You're going to still have a Republican and you're going to have a Democrat. And they have to speak to the base. That's the purpose. That's how you get the nominee. That's how you become the primary candidate. You talk to your base. It's politics. They're not trying. You do not see Republicans over there talking about, I'm bringing DEI into schools. They ain't talking like that. The base don't want to hear nothing about no DEI.
Well, them folks over there is white, so they don't care nothing about no damn DEI.
My point. So the
Sure
ones that's black, what do they care about?
They don't care about DEI either.
What? Well, I got a problem with that.
A lot of us didn't even know what DEI was, just being honest.
That's the truth. And I got a problem with that.
A lot of people that were not college educated, because I know in college, they developed DEI programs in schools so that, like everybody, it could be equal for everybody. But again,
the sad thing is, I'm not going to say sad, but the reality is a lot of us have benefited. I know I have benefited from diversity, equity, and inclusion.
And
Donald Trump didn't even know what that was. Do I need to
Okay, we can talk about Donald Trump all day. He's a Republican. He's represented the Republican Party. What are we doing in the Democratic Party for the Democrats? That's what I want to know. Because we can talk about Donald Trump. His base is satisfied. They've already had their convention.
Yeah.
I guess there's no expectation. Just be black.
No, I don't think it's just. I don't think being black.
I just asked, what is the expectation for the Democrats? That's all. I want
to hear what their platform is. I want to hear how you're going to go about your platform.
Have we heard it yet?
I haven't heard it yet. I'm hoping by this convention.
All right.
I'm going to hear what the unified.
All right.
What the message is. But the one thing I can say, and no shade, but we ain't heard. The Republicans don't have. Now, I watched the Republican convention. They did come out with a platform, but you don't hear Donald Trump really talking the platform.
Donald Trump ain't talking no Republican platform. Donald Trump is talking to his base.
And I get that.
He is rallying his base. He knows that's how he became who he is. That if he was talking the Republican platform, Donald Trump, I was just in the event tonight, and I'm right here locally. Someone running against Laura Lee for Congress locally. You know what that woman got up and said? I'm running because I believe the election was stolen. I'm running because I believe that January 6th was a setup. And I sat there and almost went under the table. They're talking to their base.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm going to say this. This is all I have been hearing ever since Donald Trump has got out of office, ever since he's been sitting up here, still out here. Everything is Donald Trump stolen. And I'm like, and then you got all these folks prophet lying, talk about Donald this, Donald that. I'm like, look, we all went to the polls. I'm going to ask this question. I don't need no explanation. I just need a yes or no. Did we all go vote?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody on this panel, did we go vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And everybody in the chat, if you voted, just say yes or no. You ain't got to prove to me. If you voted, just put yes or no. Okay. If we all went voted, then our votes are we voted for who we wanted.
Absolutely.
I don't want to hear nothing about no votes were stolen because we did a recount. And it came back the same thing. So at the end of the day,
I want to hear about you. You gonna talk about that? I'm still waiting on something that's gonna rally this community. Well, y'all already rallied because she's, wonderful, intelligent, by all means, wonderful, intelligent,
And she is.
And she is. I want to make it clear for the record, I'm not being facetious, nor am I being I'm not being facetious, nor am I being sarcastic. I want to make it very clear. I support, hear me. Now, I did not say I want to get the difference between support and vote. Okay. I don't know who I do know who I'm voting for. That'll be, we'll see what happens. But I support 100%. I support Kamala Harris' presidency. She has a right to run. She is by all means qualified to run. She has what it takes, and she's worked her way through the ranks. I'm going to say the same for Kamala that I'll say for anybody. I want to hear a platform. Sorry, I'm not enthused because you're Black and you're a woman. However, I do not agree to no white man, woman, nobody to say she's a DEI candidate is disrespectful and insulting.
It is.
I don't believe by no means that nobody should sit around here and dare let no white open their mouth and speak negative about a woman of her caliber. Absolutely not. However, I still am waiting on a platform. The hype will die down before November. Hype don't get people to polls. I'm telling you, that's not the reality. We looking at gas prices going up. When she has been the vice president for 3.5 years. She understands the burden of the American people because when Joe was when he was running, it showed that the people in America was concerned, number one, about the economy. Number two, they was concerned about the border. We understand that. It was the economy and it was the border. So when Joe stepped aside and no longer had the momentum to do it, then come Kamala. Why the world was excited and on their tippy toes. Please tell me you finna come out blazing about the economy and about the border. I'm still confused. I'm sorry. I'm confused. Now, again, we understand 99% of people do not vote because of information. They vote for, I get it. We just had that conversation tonight about statistics. I get it. However, for those that are informed voters, I'm waiting on something. I need to understand. I was on the edge of my seat. I was prepared. Man, this woman, she been following Joe Lee for 3.5 years. I know as a Black woman, she been itching. She been waiting to take over from this white man from the beginning. Okay, so now I'm ready to hear what she finna do. And she come out with Donald Trump ain't qualified. He's a convicted felon. Well, baby, we've been that's on every news channel, baby. We know.
But Elvis. But the same can be said about the other side doing the same thing too.
I don't care about the other side.
Wait. But see, here's the thing, Elvis.
I'm not the other side base. The other side base like him. He's already done. He done did what he's supposed to do for his base.
Okay. So with that being said, here's the thing. We're not expecting change from that side, but we want our side to do the absolute most. But it's like, okay, you want Kamala to come out blazing saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. This. No, she came out doing exactly what the other side was doing. He was up here charging at Joe, doing all of that negativity. And she came out saying, okay, you're challenging me. All right. Now, this is what you did. You're a convicted felon and you want to be the president of the United States. Okay. This is about our freedoms.
I'm confused. Do you know what a base is?
I know what a base is. Do you know what DEI is?
Yes.
I'm playing. Yes. I was being.
But listen, the base. He's talking to his base. His base is wanting negativity. His base is wanting to talk. His base is liking this because his base don't feel she's qualified. His base don't feel a woman. His base, this is going to be all his base need. I'm talking about her base don't need that. Her base gave a survey that their biggest concern was the economy. I need to put some food on my table. I need gas prices to go down. Anybody purchased a car, whether it's a used car or a new car, your payments is $600 to $700 a month. Your insurance is sky high. Your insurance is $250 to $400. I need you to talk to my pocket because we are in a, and you need to talk to your base who is finna rally that's black, because if anybody's struggling in this economy, it's African Americans. Homelessness has been up 16% in the African American community under your administration. Border is 20 million people has crossed over the border under your administration. And guess what? They get $1,000 worth of food stamps in New York. Immigrants, taxpayer money, $1,000 a month, while people that's black is homeless and hungry. I'm just trying to see what we're going to do. Put it on Joe. Say Joe did it. Joe was the one. Put it on him. Well, say something. We're waiting on you.
How about this? I agree when you're right. And I agree with what you just said too. What in the world? Okay. I agree with that. Here's my thing with that. I don't want to go back, but I'm going to go back. When Donald Trump was in office, y'all said he was giving out money because that's what everybody's excited about. That's what everybody keeps saying. He was giving out money. He was giving out money. Everybody was getting PPP loans. Y'all asses in jail right now for the majority part of it. Now, here's the thing about it. Did y'all get any food stamps when he was in office? Did y'all get any extra food stamps? Did y'all get any school voucher checks or anything like that? Because again, if we talking money, I want to know what all type of money did Donald Trump give us when he was in office? Because a lot of that stuff that he was giving was spilling over from the last administration. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're wrong. And I just want to ask again, what is it that the Harris administration, we need relief? I'm sorry. American people don't care if it's Trump or if it's Harris. Who is going to bring the economy relief? People are struggling. Everyday people, rent is going up, and you can't even live in a one-bedroom apartment. People are going through it. What is going to happen to the Black America that was already behind and already overlooked and already stepped on and already left without? We are going to be consumed in the inflation. We cannot survive 4 years of economy not being addressed.
Oh, the economy has to be addressed.
I'm going to say this again. When Donald Trump was in office, what all type of money did he give us, Black colored people? What besides PPP loans and 1,200? Because that was from something else. The $1,200, $1,500 checks that he was giving, what did he give us?
It's not about what he's giving us. You got to remember,
give those.
It's not about, and I think I don't know. It's not about what somebody gonna give me, because I don't need nothing from Harris and I don't need nothing from Trump. What I do need is for my rent and my mortgage not to continue to keep skyrocketing and my checks stay the same. That's what I need. What I do need is gas prices, not for me to go to no gas station and gas is $4.28. That's what I need. What I need is not to go to the grocery store and get a half a cart of just a Kona and it's $180. That's what I need, and I got to go 2 or 3 times a week because I got to keep on getting odds and ends. All I'm saying is the economy has to be addressed from a state of understanding African American people was already coming into this inflation on the back end of it already. We already didn't have what they have. We already was doing average and maintaining. We don't get to survive another 4 years with this thing going the same way. You go on 22nd in Hillsborough, you live in Tampa, 22nd in Hillsborough, where it is considered the ghetto. And you can go look at a home that is 1,200 square feet, and the price tag is $520,000.
Ridiculous.
What are you?
I mean,
what
if
are we
you go,
gonna do?
Elvis, if you go on Hillsborough and go over there behind the Walmart where they call themselves doing Habitat for Humanity houses, they trying to redevelop that whole area and bringing white folks in that area, all up and down Hillsborough. And my thing is this right here: why are we trying to gentrify these areas and then you're trying to push people out to the suburbs, but they can't even afford the suburbs either? So to me, I'm wait, because this go for the white folks that sit in office right now. That's why I said we need to handle in our local and state, because money's coming into the local and state. We asking for Kamala and we're asking for Donald Trump to do all this BS, but at the end of the day, in our state, in our city, we get money coming in and it's not going towards nothing that has to do with.
They all Democrat. They all Democrat.
No, that is incorrect. Let's go back.
They all Democrats.
Let's dial this back. Let's go back to Schoolhouse Rock. Let's go back to civics class.
Okay.
The Constitution states that no one man, or in this instance, woman, has absolute power. We're talking about what we want Vice President Kamala Harris to do and former President Donald Trump to do. But there's the House of Representatives and the United States Senate.
Come on.
Those are the houses that are responsible for the laws of.
Let me talk.
That ain't local election.
I now with
that
all
ain't local election.
With all due respect, I listened to you before I even got on.
Hello.
And there has been a lot of talk about what are they going to do about inflation? What are they going to do about rent going up? I voted today in Tennessee to get the Republicans out of office. I sure did. I did my part in the local election, because that crazy lady, Marsha Blackburn, she got to go. That's where the responsibility lies. We keep putting a lot of emphasis on figureheads at the top when we don't stack the bottom. The responsibility comes from the people that come from Florida, from Tennessee, from Mississippi, from Georgia, from New York, California. That's where the real responsibility goes. How does a bill become a law?
All ours Democrat. All ours Democrat.
How does a bill become a law?
All ours Democrat.
Whenever you're done, Joseph Robinette Biden inherited what Donald Trump left him.
He had the House, he had the Senate, and he had the president.
No, and they filibustered him. No, they didn't. No, he did not. He did not have it.
Yeah, he did.
He did not have it. They fought him. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
I don't.
Mitch McConnell fought him.
no. I'm sorry. You might be misinformed because you just do a little work. Again, when Joe Biden won in 2020, he had the House. It was called Nancy Pelosi. Sorry, ma'am, Nancy Pelosi.
But he did not have the Senate. Everything got
Let me help
overruled
you.
in the Senate because there was a turkey neck by the name of Mitch McConnell. I'm not misunderstood.
Let me help you.
I'm not misunderstood.
You
do
talk,
not
you're
attempt
wrong.
to insult my intelligence.
But you're wrong.
Do that.
Don't say that. And you're wrong now. Don't say it. And you're wrong now. You're wrong.
Pull it.
Okay. So let me go back to it. Let me show you.
Pull it.
Okay. So when he won in 2020, he had Nancy Pelosi, which he had
in the House of Representatives.
Okay, I'm going. Can you let me finish? And then he had a split in the Senate. It was 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. The deciding vote was Kamala Harris. She was the one. The reason they could not get nothing done, it was a man by the name of Joe Manchin, a Democrat that would not vote Democrat. He kept voting Republican. Joe Manchin, and then he pulled out the Democratic Party and became an independent, which
you
is
know what? You are right. Because
I know I am, baby. I do my real work.
Wait.
I'm in it. I don't just sit around.
Take your tone down, because at the end of the day, I'm still a woman. Take your tone down when you talk to me.
Oh God, gee.
Take your tone down.
Is that where America at now?
Take your tone down when you talk to me.
Well, you don't tell a man. You make sure you don't tell another man that he's wrong when he's telling you that you're not. You told.
Oh, y'all, let's not do that. Let's not.
If she want to talk sexist, you don't tell me I'm wrong.
And if you go vote Republican, just
Lord, this one went totally left.
This went the wrong way.
No, because I'm right, and I was
also right. just to make this clear, Kamala Harris cannot give you her policies and what she's going to do until she is made the official presidential nominee for the Democratic Party.
That's not true. What do you?
Yes, it is.
Oh my Jesus, Lord. Okay, I'm sorry. Do you not know Kamala just ran for president?
She ran for president.
No, she ran for president, ma'am. She got 6%.
She has not secured the official.
No,
they have. He's talking about before. He's talking about
before. For president, they all ran and they gave a platform. They had debates.
That was for the primary.
This the primary.
I'm talking about right now.
I'm saying,
but these are the same people that said she locked up all of these people and she didn't.
I'm just saying she should have a platform. Anytime you run for office, you get your platform.
There are things that have happened since her initial time of running that she, as vice president, may see that need to be worked on, and she does not want to mention it. Hell, she ain't even given her vice presidential pick yet because she's waiting until she gets the official nomination. Everybody ain't jumping the gun to do what needs to be done. But at the end of the day, a lot of the issues that need to be fixed cannot be done by one person.
I agree. You're absolutely right. It's a local election. And in Tampa, Florida, all the people that's in Tampa, Florida, do we got any gentrification going on, Jives, Darius, in Tampa?
Yeah, we do. We really do.
Yes, and we certainly have it going on over here in St. Pete, where the city council voted to build that raised new stadium, and they're gonna push into this neighborhood and push all these people out and build all these high rises and stuff over here that people can't afford to live in.
All right, now I just want to talk about
all doing it in St. Pete.
Hey, I want to talk about city council in Tampa, Florida. City council is 7 members on the board. They all Democrat. The mayor of Tampa is Democrat. Okay, it's a lot of gentrification going on. Rent's still high, and we can't live. You can't even live in Tampa. You can forget it. You ain't even finna get nowhere in no Tampa, Florida. You surely ain't finna move from downtown. I'm just saying, everybody Democrat down there. Ain't nobody vote out there. Ain't no Republicans down there. They all Democrats.
Tennessee, it's a super majority of Republicans, and everything has gone to crap here.
Well, it looked like Democrats, everything going to crap here, so we might got another problem. Maybe we need to look at the person and not the party.
Well, then, and that's all I've been saying. We got to switch these people out.
Yes,
because people that we not the party in office get something else.
Absolutely, it's not the party. It's the people. Democrat, Republican.
It's the people that say they represent the party. Because just like you mentioned, you had somebody saying that they were Democrat, and they So
Yes.
that could be the issue. That could be the issue in Tampa. You could have some people saying that they're Democrat, but they're really acting as Republicans.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
But
no,
that
they're
ain't
not
the case
acting.
here in Tennessee, honey, because
No, they
the Knicks are
Democrat.
super red. Just like the state is red, so are the Knicks. You're
No, they
familiar with the three, Gloria and the two Justins. Yeah.
No, they Democrat, but Democrats is just as racist as Republicans. And then, until we learn that you got racist Democrats, you got racist
no.
Republicans.
I never said that.
White people are gonna vote whatever best interest for themselves,
or racist,
and not
they're equal.
that. Okay, that's a blessed Lord Jesus.
But at the end of the day, the only thing that I want is democracy.
That's all I want to.
And I do not want a convicted felon to be in office. I'm going to say that.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna say that for everybody.
I said convicted. I didn't say nothing about the ones that we think are felons and they may not.
Okay, we're gonna say convicted. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this for all the people in the back. I'm gonna say this when everybody say convicted felon. Let me say this for all the people in the back. The only reason Donald J. Trump is able to run for president as a convicted felon is because he became a convicted felon in New York. New York is blue. New York is ran by Democrats. If Donald Trump would have became a convicted felon in Florida, he would not be able to be on the presidential ballot because Republicans do not allow it.
The judge was his judge. So did you really think that she was going to go against her best interest?
She missed what I said. I said the reason he can run is because he got the benefit of the Democrats.
No. Yeah. The reason why that judge of his is the one who kept him.
I think you're talking about a different case. You're talking about the classified documents case.
I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the one he's convicted for. He's convicted for the hush money trial. The
hush money case is the New York case.
Correct. New York.
I thought the New York case was the case, not the hush.
No, that's hush money.
No, that's the hush money case. New York was the hush money case.
But I thought New York was the one that was tied to his businesses.
No, that's both of them. He had both of them.
Yeah, that's both of them. But the documents case was Florida.
Correct.
Okay. Because he could have been, because that was one of the ones that he could have been charged with felonies with too, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's thrown out. But if he would have been convicted in Florida, he would not be able to run for president.
But that's
because
Florida, that's the case where the lady Eileen.
Go let him get convicted in the blue county. Let him get convicted in the blue city.
Isn't the judge Eileen? Isn't that the one that was presiding over the classified document case in Florida?
No, but I know that Judge Cannon.
South Florida.
Judge Cannon is over there. Cannon.
Yeah, that's the one that threw out the case.
Cannon. Yes,
that's the Trump judge.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what I'm saying. So
he's not convicted there.
Same case, then that's the one where he could have been a convicted felon in Florida, and that's why I'm saying he wasn't. She threw that out because she's a Trump judge.
No problem. We just said we don't want to vote for a convicted felon. He's only able to be voted for as a convicted felon because he also benefit when they say, "What did Trump give us? Let me help you." The same way Donald Trump is benefiting from a Democrat policy. Guess what? We gonna benefit from Republican money. Cause them Republicans, what he do for Republicans, we all gonna benefit. Just like what the Democrats did for the Democrats, Donald Trump was able to benefit and be a recipient of policies of criminal justice reform. That even though you got a felony, you still can vote, you still can do all this great stuff. And so that's why he's doing what he's doing. But if he got convicted anywhere that's operated by a Republican, he would have been absolutely done.
So we just disregard Project 2025?
He said until we can't disregard Project 2025 until he say, have we read Project 25? Because I've read it in real good detail.
Yes.
Have we read it?
Yes.
Can I address something real quick?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Thomas.
He just said that about people going to jail and anything. You do know back in 2020 that the governor of Florida was actually throwing people in jail for voting, especially if there was felons. And
My
And then
point.
Rich Scott was not Rich Scott, but DeSantis was throwing people in jail, even though they had served their
My
time, and he was still threatening throwing people in jail, and most of them was people of color.
He didn't threat. He locked them up. I'm right in Hillsborough County.
Yeah.
They went to jail.
Okay,
My
but
point.
they was giving those rights back on the ballot in
No,
the midterm
no,
of 2018,
no. That's not the way
and
that
he
was.
fought
No,
that.
that's not the way that go. That's not the
You
law.
sure about that? Because I remember voting
Yes.
for it.
No, you voted
Sure.
for it, but what you voted for it?
But
What you voted for?
DeSantis over. I think DeSantis vetoed that.
No. It was
DeSantis,
on the
no,
ballot.
DeSantis
No,
went
we
by the
got it.
leeway though.
We got it. What was happening? We got that. And what it was is everybody voted for
So he went over
Amendment
the
4.
so he went
Amendment.
over the will so he went over the will of the people of Florida that voted for it regardless. So
Child,
fellas could get their rights back to vote, and he went over the will of people of Florida and got rid of it. So
No, he
now
didn't get rid of it.
people is
He
going to
didn't get
jail.
rid of it. No. We got to, anytime you talk political, we got to make sure that why Jives love to holler fact check. You need to get a fact check on here, okay? Because you got a lot. Fact check, people.
get one.
No, so it was on the ballot. We all worked for Amendment 4 to get it on the ballot in Florida. It was on the ballot. Once it got on the ballot, it was voted upon. You need 60% of the vote. We all voted. It went over, and now felons are able to vote. Caveat: felons are able to vote. They get their rights back if
Okay,
they
but why
if
was he throwing people in jail if they was convicted felons for voting? Because I know
because
there's a few people in the Miami-Dade County area that went to jail for voting,
because
just for
I'm gonna
trying
help
to
you.
vote.
Okay, I'm gonna help you because there's an if to it. So it was you able to vote, and the if was if you have satisfied all of your necessary things. In other words, you had to make sure all your court costs was paid. You have to make sure that there's nothing attached to you. You got a felony, but you done paid your court costs. You done did everything. You're not on probation. You're not on anything. And then if you have took care of all your business, the people was going to jail was the people that had court costs. They was under the impression just because felons are able to vote, all felons start going registering, and all felons went to voting because they did not get the information that it also was saying if all of your fees and your court stuff is satisfied. So if you voted and you was a felon and you ain't been no felon, you ain't got in trouble in 8 years, but you still owe that $362, you voted illegally. You go to jail.
Mercy.
So let me jump in really quick. Now, to add what is being said, I can say this emphatically because I was in court. Elvis was in court. We were both sitting there. And because this person hadn't paid what was it? It was probation fees.
Correct.
They was making him sit there because he hadn't paid any of his probation fees, court fees. And the attorney kept saying, well, how is he going to pay these fees when he's been sitting in jail? And they kept saying, well, he need to pay his court fees. And it was like, well, he's been sitting in jail. So this is how they get you. If you don't have your stuff paid, they're going to let you sit in jail. It sounds stupid, but
yeah. So it's always learning. We get stuff and we take off and we start running with it because, again, we move off of inspiration and not information. And so we got to make sure we have all of our information and not let's just let that inspiration take us on a goose chase and have us in jail voting and we ain't had no business voting. And so what our state attorney did, Andrew Warren, is he got together with the coalition and he raised thousands and thousands of dollars and start paying everybody fees off. And so now you got your fees paid and you able to register. Now you can go vote. But a lot of people, if you didn't register, get them fees paid, you go into jail because you can't vote like that yet. Yeah. So again, I say, locally, we need to focus locally, but nationally, we need platforms. And I love Kamala. I hope nobody misinterpreted. I say it is Kamala. Please forgive me. I don't even call her name often. I should say Vice President Harris. Vice President Harris. We love her so very. We love her so very much, and we appreciate her contribution. And I'm gonna say this, and y'all don't get mad at me. I'm so glad, Jives, I can't even get none of your comments. Thank you, Jesus, because they're gonna cuss me out after I say this. But they gonna cuss me and tell me I'm no good. I'm an Uncle Tom nigga, but I'm not. Oh, I can't say that word.
Oh,
Y'all,
Jesus.
I'm so sorry. Y'all forgive me. But listen, I'm telling the truth. Now, what made these, which is disrespectful, we're not going to tolerate these white folks calling her no DEI candidate, because that's disrespectful and it's inappropriate. She's well qualified, make no mistake. She's done the work and pushed her way through the ranks. But unfortunately, where that come from is Joe Biden. When he secured the nominee as the president candidate, he said, I'm going to make my vice president a black woman.
No, he did not. He just said he wanted a woman. He
He
never
did
said a
not.
black woman.
Oh, Jesus.
Sir, I remember I seen the whole
Lord
press
Jesus.
conference. I seen the debate with Bernie Sanders. The question
Jesus.
was,
Jesus.
the question was on CNN in 2020 with Bernie Sanders. He asked, the moderator asked, is your vice president running mate, will it be a woman of color? Joe Biden at the time said it will be a woman. That was his answer. That same question was asked to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders said he would have to think about it. Who was qualified for the job? That was what said during that debate, and that was during the time COVID had just started. I was watching the debate. That was exactly what Joe Biden said. He never said a woman of color. He said
Auntie
a woman.
said it was he would have a black woman Supreme Court justice.
He said a black woman on the Supreme Court.
And that black, okay. Okay. However, so when, just in case people did not know what DEI is, DEI, y'all know what that is? Because he cut me off when I say it. Y'all know what
I
DEI is?
cut you off. I did
No,
not cut
Mr.
you off.
Thomas did. He has so much to say. Do you know what DEI is?
He did say him. My bad.
DEI, Mr. Thomas, do you know what DEI is?
Yes, I know what DEI is.
Okay, do you not know that entails woman?
Say it again.
Do you know that entails women?
You said woman of
Yeah,
color.
No, no,
yeah.
no, no.
You said
DEI
woman of
is,
color though, but
You said
you
woman of
know,
color when you initially.
you know what? If you want to say DEI, that could also go when Donald Trump was on that panel yesterday. Harris Faulkner from Fox, you can say that was his DEI friend.
Ooh.
yeah. Yes. All I'm saying is the reason why it was mentioned about a DEI candidate is because Joe Biden did not talk about qualifications. He talked about making sure, even perfect example, when we talk about, he talked about he wanted, I'm gonna just say what you said, Miss Thomas, even though I got a little different recollection, but it's okay. Even if he said, I'm going to get a vice president that's a woman, okay, a
I can give
woman.
you the list of women that was in the lineup to be his vice president.
No, well, I know them all. Listen to me. What I'm saying is, when a president says, I'm going to get a woman, the
Mm-hmm.
purpose of having a woman was to bring diversity to the office. It had never been before. Bring diversity to the office. DEI. DEI. Diversity. So he was bringing diversity
So in
to
other
the
words, it sound
office.
like you moving the goalpost now.
No,
You really
I,
do.
no, I said the people said she was a DEI vice president. And that is
Basically, she was a nigga vice president. Okay.
That's basically what they're saying.
Keep going.
right. I mean,
Semantics.
because I mean, that's they were saying she's a DEI president.
A nigga vice president. Go
I
ahead.
ain't said nothing.
Yeah,
I ain't saying that.
and you know what else was insulting too? When they actually said that Barack Obama was the food stamp president. You remember that?
You mean when they called him a monkey?
They hated that. They hate that man till to this day.
I don't know who hate Barack Obama, but if you say
Oh,
so.
Donald Trump does. Donald Trump does. He does not go. Donald Trump does. He goes. It's not a day. It's not a day that Donald Trump does not go by and say Barack Hussein Obama. If that don't tell you anything,
he don't miss the opportunity to add
listen. We not even going to listen. We ain't going to talk about
say his
Barack
whole name. You know what they're trying to say.
We ain't going to talk about Barack, because one thing we going to say for the record and for the books, and this going to go down in history. Barack Obama is
they really hate Michelle Obama.
Barack Obama is the greatest of them all. We make no mistake.
That's the thing you just said. Show today.
Hey, Bobo, see talk.
Hey, Barack is the greatest of them all.
Yes,
a man of class, a man of dignity, a man of integrity, and a man of stature beyond means. We love Barack Obama. Make no mistake.
But if we love Barack Obama like that, why can't Kamala Harris get the same type of respect?
I want you to know she gonna get the same respect, but if you put them in the same boat, you need to go stop talking politics. You don't know what you're doing.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
If you put them in the same boat, you don't know nothing about politics. You are absolutely not.
But wait. Now, I'll say this.
Not put them two in the same boat. Don't y'all listen? I won't listen. Ain't no such thing. If Michelle Obama was running, I would be running around here. I would be around here running. I ain't gonna say what I said earlier, John, so you can forget it. You can forget it.
I wasn't.
If Michelle Obama was on the ballot for president right now, or she thought she wanted to run, if I even dreamed that she thought she was going to run, I would be doing right here, running around, done gave all of my earnings and everything else to that campaign and been out here knocking on these doors talking about this is our last chance. Because I don't know who ain't finna support Michelle Obama. She's a woman of great class. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
So Elvis, let me ask you this question.
What?
All due respect. So why can't we give that same passion and respect for Kamala Harris?
Because she haven't done what they've done.
Okay. Everybody stop. Hold on. So I can tell you all the things or some of the things that Michelle has done. But Michelle, outside of being Barack's wife, politically.
That's enough. Ain't nothing else. We don't need nothing else. That's it. Hey, okay, I got a question for y'all. Okay, see, this is what I love facts. See, I'm into politics. I love what I do. Let me help you. Why did Joe Biden win?
He won because of Barack.
Because people voted for him.
He won because he was Barack Obama's vice president. That's
it. That's it.
It was enough to take him to victory. And if he could be her vice and win, don't you know she could be his wife and win?
Elvis, please go to sleep.
No, I'm supporting because
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but Kamala Harris is qualified. She has a resume.
We did say that. She's absolutely qualified.
But I'm saying it.
Yes,
sir.
Sir. Yes,
she
sir.
has been a prosecutor. She has been the Attorney General of California.
Yes, sir.
She has been a United States Senator and now serving as Vice President. This woman is qualified.
Over.
Okay, so Mr. Darius, because maybe y'all forgot I didn't, but Mr. Darius, in 2020, did she run for president?
She did.
Did she do anything different? Was she all that you just named then?
She was United States Senator when she ran.
Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
The reason why she is in a different position right now is because the momentum is different. And everything that Donald Trump has done in the past 8 years, not 4, 8 years, has made everybody look, because if you pay attention, Elvis, and everybody on here,
anytime you say it's called deflecting, we talking about qualifications.
No. I'm still talking about Kamala. I'm still talking about Kamala.
We talking about qualifications.
I'm going back to qualifications. Give me a second.
Yeah, we want to talk about qualifications. Trump was never qualified to be president.
Absolutely not. Never. And I don't know how in the hell he was.
Hello. I don't want to yell. At the same time is this right here. Yeah, damn it, y'all done made me forget what the cause of
because it wasn't about qualifications.
It was about qualifications. So in the past 4 years, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, kind spirit. In the past 8 years, look at all the stuff that Donald Trump has done. And he does not even answer questions. Even on this past panel that he did yesterday, he deflects and does not want to answer questions. Hold on. And then on top of that, when we're talking about what a person has done, the reason why we can get behind a Kamala Harris is because people look at what Donald Trump has done, even while he was in office and out of office and before he even got into office. And they're like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with the black woman. I'm gonna stick with her because here's the qualifications about it. She had all the qualifications back then that she does right now. But nobody thinking about Kamala then because you had all the attention on Joe Biden.
Why? Because she was qualified. She was the qualified black woman.
Because he was Barack's vice president. So they was like, Biden, Donald Trump.
She was a qualified black woman. She was more qualified.
About her then. Do you know how many qualified candidates were trying to run to be president? Were on the ballot to be running for president? It was a lot of people that were qualified, but these people did not make the cut.
Well, let me tell you.
But Kamala did.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you this. I'm gonna go on my own race and talk about, since I'm a candidate and I'm on a race. We have to be, when we talk about qualifications, your qualifications don't get the job done. The reason why, and I ain't discrediting Kamala, please don't nobody say that. I need to make sure I put the 10,000 disclaimers out there.
Thank you. Make it clear.
I want to make it clear that I love Kamala Harris, and I'm so proud that a black woman is getting ready to be on the top of the ticket. Let's make that clear.
Hey,
but when we talk about qualifications, we got to keep in mind that the reason Donald Trump won in 2016, he also ran against a qualified woman. He ran against a woman that had been a senator. He ran against a woman that had been the Secretary of State. He ran he ran against a qualified woman. The problem was America has shifted and it has transitioned. They did not want politics as norm. We are in a new day. They wanted something different. My race right now, school board, District 5, I'm running, pastored for 18 years, done adopted 4 schools, back to school.
Well, Elvis, stop. Wait, hold on. Now, I'll say this for you because I've seen your works. Okay? I've seen your works in the church, and I've also seen it in the community. It's just what I said the other day. I've seen Elvis get into the courtroom and help people in the courtroom. And he's not even a senator, a congressman, none of those things. I've seen him work with the police departments. I'm not trying to blow smoke up his butt. Okay? I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, I've seen his works.
Yeah. But guess what though? But the person I'm running against is 75 years old. He has been in the school system for 40 years, from an assistant teacher all the way to assistant superintendent. He's been on the board for 4 years. 44 years in the school system, you would say he's qualified. He is qualified. He's overqualified, but he can't get the job done now because he cannot relate to our now. We are in a new generation, in a new time. So just because he's qualified don't mean he is the person need to sit in the seat.
You just made the case for why Donald Trump need to go sit down.
No, I made the case why I'm running. I'm making the case.
We in a new season and he's stuck 40 years in the past.
No, I make the case about qualifications.
Oh, I'm
Just
sorry.
because you
I just interpreted
qualify.
what you said
So
differently.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna help you interpret it right. I'm bringing it on back
No,
to my
I'm gonna stick
ears.
with my interpretation, but thank you.
position with your
Wait,
position.
Mr. Elvis, you want to know what? Can I tell you one reason why I would never ever vote for that man?
Go
Why?
ahead.
Just one.
Just, just that's
I
all
know
I'm gonna
that's
say
right.
for one reason. One reason is the way how he handled the COVID-19 pandemic. I have lost 3 family members to from COVID-19. The way how he handled it was a disgrace.
Well, some people
I
think
can't
he had.
I can't
Some
blame I
people.
can't blame I can't blame it on him, but I could blame how he handled it.
Well, he handled it. He handled it in a way of he didn't believe it.
He
He
said it
didn't
was
believe,
a hoax. He
he didn't
said
believe it. He
that
called
he
COVID.
said it was a
Oh,
hoax.
okay.
About the
He
policy that Obama had in place to deal with those type with
he
pandemic.
got rid of it. And he said if he get back into office, he'll get rid of it
He
again.
didn't get rid of it. They
So
just didn't use it.
he did get rid of it. Why you
Well,
okay.
guess what? Well, guess what? The way he handled the
The whole
pandemic, the COVID pandemic, is why he lost the election. Had he not handled it that way,
exactly.
he would have won. So
Ex-
he lost and he messed up. Somebody done told him to do something different. He's more empathetic now,
it took him to get COVID-19.
and he still
And
didn't
Mm.
then,
agree with it.
and
He's
then when
He's
he got COVID-19, he went back to the White House and still infected people in the White House.
Nah, that's false information, but okay, you
I
can
don't
have
No,
that.
he did. He went to
I
That's
don't
Walter
false.
Reed for a little bit.
anti
He
Then
went to
he
Walter
went back
Reed.
to the
That's
White
not
House.
true. They
He
was
did go.
already affected. They was
So he had
already
Chris
affected.
about to check up. What's the man name? Chris.
He about Chris. Yeah, because he
Chris
have
about to check
asthma.
up out of here being around Trump, try to
I
help
mean,
him debate
yes,
Crip.
They would.
Jesus
That was
Christ
Chris
about
about to
to
before.
get
tap him
called
on
up
the
That was
shoulder.
yonder.
before. That was before Trump even knew he had it. So stop, guys. Stop. Time is
The point is, he
Oh,
important.
got it from contact with Trump.
He got no. Well, the point is, it was a super spread event there at the White
He's
House, and all of them
he
got it, and he got it too.
and
All
it's the
I'm
way
trying to
he
I
tell you.
handled
still
COVID.
say he got it from
Now,
Trump.
All I'm
because
trying. All I'm
at the
trying.
beginning of
All I'm trying.
COVID, you have to remember because the way he was handled it, could remember nobody couldn't find any toilet paper.
What you
I'm just
talking
saying.
about?
I just want to say I just want somebody in the White House with common sense. That's all.
I
hey
just
man.
want somebody. I just want somebody in the White House because if Kamala win, Kamala ain't never coming to my house. If Donald Trump win, he ain't never coming to my house. All I want to do is to be able to afford gas again. All I want to do is be able to buy groceries again. All I want to do is be able to get my
Well,
property
the Federal
taxes back
Reserve
down.
ready to cut interest rates, so
Huh?
they said that the Federal Reserve is getting ready to cut interest rates.
Hopefully.
Oh, they come and
Oh,
tell them the same way my student loans I'm paying every month gonna be getting took off too.
Well,
I'm
that
still waiting.
you have the Republicans to thank for that.
Hey, I just got $90,000 dropped, and I'm waiting on Uncle Joe to
oh,
drop.
Oh, all of mine have been thank you,
But
Well,
Jesus.
that's
none of
enough for
my
me to vote.
well,
That's enough for me to vote for Kamala right there.
okay, well, you go ahead and vote for Kamala, and I ain't telling nobody who to vote for because
No,
I
no,
don't even know who
not telling
I
anybody.
don't know who I'm voting for right now. All I'm doing is I'm praying and I'm just trusting the Lord.
oh,
You're going
Oh, really? Oh, Lord. Okay, Pastor.
My
I'm
question is,
praying, I'm trusting the Lord to give me the proper direction and guidance into making the proper decision. And so right now I'm just waiting. And no, I'm not voting Kamala Harris because she's black and she's a woman. And I'm not voting Trump because
Elvis, make plain what you just said. You said you're not voting for Kamala Harris just because she's a black woman.
woman.
I said I'm not voting for her because she's a black woman and when I say because I'm not voting Kamala just because she's a black woman. I'm
That's
not
what
doing that. And I'm not voting Donald Trump because he's a con rich man, fake rich guy. All I do know is I'm going to look at debt policy. I'm going to see what sense it make, and I'm going to
but we
vote
don't know Donald
whatever.
Trump's policies.
Well, you ain't voting for him, so don't worry about him.
Hey, don't
I'm
be so bad.
voting.
Donald Trump don't know Donald Trump's policies.
I know
Well,
when you look at his rallies, he too busy, talking about a fictitious character. So we don't,
okay,
we
everybody.
don't know his
Well,
policies.
y'all have made up y'all mind who y'all voting for, and that's beautiful. And what y'all need to do is get out there and rally and make sure everybody get out there and vote for y'all candidate. What I want to do is I want to make sure that I get information and I vote. Every person that vote should vote their interests. Every person that vote should vote their interests. Some people vote for candidates because they're focusing on schools. Some people vote for candidates because they're focusing on affordable housing. Every person need to vote their interests. I too plan on voting my interests, whatever that may be. I'm going to vote my interests. And if my interests align with Kamala, I'm going to vote for her. If my interests align with Donald Trump, I'm going to vote for him. Whatever that interest is, I'm going to vote.
A lot of people really need to think about also who you want to fill seats on the Supreme Court. Because the next person will. Yes, it does. Because Clarence Thomas is 75 years old. You really think he's going to be propped up there for another 20 years?
Y'all was just supporting Joe Biden last week and he 82. I'm done. I'm so y'all. Hell, y'all make up your mind. Not 75, too old. Now y'all want to talk about. I don't get what the hell y'all got going on.
The Supreme Court.
Yeah, but y'all was just supporting Joe. It wasn't that wrong with no age. Y'all gonna make up your mind.
The problem here for me ain't the age. It's the character of the person.
I said they was talking about that Joe Biden at his age was absolutely fine. Now this man talking about Clarence 75.
Well, I do agree. We need some balance on that Supreme Court, and that court needs to be reformed. So that's why we do need a Democratic president in there, so that we can get some balance on that court.
Because it is trash.
Everybody need to vote their
interest. Throw the whole damn court away.
Everybody need to vote their interest because I surely am going to vote mine.
And then we need to throw Ron DeSantis in the trash.
Everybody vote. Well, he's already termed out, so we're okay with Florida.
But we don't need somebody just as bad or worse than him.
Well, just to let you know, just history, Florida have not had a Democratic president in over 28 years.
28 years. So a lot of time is lasting, right?
That's a problem.
So we can forget that. Well, I'm finna do this because I love y'all. I like y'all Democrats. I'm so sick of y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry, y'all heard that out loud. I was thinking that in my head. But let me tell you.
Oh, we already know. Go continue though.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I said we have not had a Democrat in Florida for 28 years. And they say he said it's a problem. Let me tell you the problem. Let me tell you, we had a shooting star in Florida. We had one of the most prolific, educated, intelligent, qualified brothers, black man in Florida that rallied and ran this entire state from being a Tallahassee mayor, from FAMU, running and did a phenomenal job.
Come on now.
Let me tell you, nobody was like Andrew Gillum. But it was you Democrats. It was you.
Wait a minute.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this. Hold on. I want to hear this.
Let me finish. The minute he went to Miami after he lost and had a mess up and was found with a man.
That was before. Was that before then?
It was after.
No, that was after the election.
That was
after the election. He was found with a man and he was found with drugs. It was the black community. It was the Democratic Party threw him away. Trump done grabbed people by the Trump done did everything he can do, but guess what? The Republicans stick with their own. Shame on the Democratic Party.
Now we're gonna amend that just a little bit because a lot of us, first of all, being honest, Pastor Elvis, because I know that person. I used to have breakfast with that person on campus, and a lot of us already knew that anyway. But so we didn't really care about that. A lot of us we didn't care about that.
Darius, I said when it became public, don't you tell me these black people ain't listen.
Oh, it was public. It was public. It wasn't public. Maybe it wasn't public to you, but it was public.
Well, it was public to anybody with eyes. But anyway, what I'm saying is, however, They threw him away once it hit the news. You know what? They start saying, oh, I never support Andrew Gillum. I wouldn't support him for dog catcher. I was listening to black people. I'm saying, what? That's his, give or take, it was bad. But he did nothing against policy. His policies was great.
Can I'm a tag in? First of all, even though I heard about all of that, I was on his ticket for marketing. So let me because I got the text messages and receipts of what was going to be done. So let me say this: even when I heard about that situation, where I didn't care. It was self-righteous people. Now it was more than just Democrats. Let me say that. It was more than Democrats because the people who was backing him was not no damn Democrat now. Because he had folks who
of moral family values.
Who was backing him?
What them folks over there over here in Tampa, them twin men? Lawyers.
They was backing the Democrat, and when that found out, and when they found out about it, you didn't see what they did to Morgan and Morgan.
Morgan and Morgan. That's it.
I know you didn't see what John Morgan did to him when he found out.
Baby got them charges on him.
What you talking about? When it requested $3 million back immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it
was white people with money.
They're Democrats. He's still Democrat.
And they can be Democrat today. They can be Republican tomorrow. So at the end of the day, that's what they want to do.
I don't think it's about a party. I think it's about a person. We have to stop with all the
It's
party.
about money.
In trouble.
These damn crackers had some money and they put it in that man and they got mad because what his private life became public. They didn't, them twin niggas, crackers didn't give a damn about that man fucking no white man. They didn't give a damn about that. It became public. That's what they was more embarrassed about. It became public. Because it became public, they didn't want to be attached to that.
But now, why don't we support our own? No matter what happened, white, black, or blue. I can show you right now. And this is the problem with African Americans. Because the problem I have with us as African Americans, we make ourselves, we hold ourselves to a standard that we don't hold white, and it's unfair. We don't hold them. No, let me tell you something. If a black person runs for office, they got to be over. They got to have a law degree. They got to have all of this stuff. White person like a Donald Trump can run for office and ain't got nothing but a reality show, and we tell him, oh, he's all right. No,
I didn't put him in office. I didn't. I voted for Hillary.
Well, let me say this though. Well, Reverend Warnock doesn't have a law degree. He's in office.
Well, we love the Reverend.
Is he a Republican?
Blacks love church.
But Reverend Warnock doesn't have a law degree.
I love the Reverend. Hey. I love the Reverend.
Yeah, I thought something on my mind, but I'm not gonna say
it. You better keep it in your mind. You better keep it right.
And what about you, Pastor?
I know it. Ain't no telling. I can keep it in your mind. You crazy.
I was about to shout glory.
Glory to God.
Oh my God.
The Republicans is running the same race they, against Reverend Warnock that they're running right now against Kamala Harris. They use race, even though they had Herschel Walker up there, they were still running the same race.
Herschel Walker.
At first, when he was running against the other lady, they was also using the exact same thing. Reverend Warnock was on the ballot 5 times, and he won all 5 times in the state of Georgia.
Well,
you know why he won is because people saw right through Herschel Walker. And then on top of that, he had his son, Herschel's son, Christian Walker was out here talking crazy, and the wife was out here talking crazy because they was out here exposing him for his lies and his foolishness. And then
Reverend Warnock is a man of character and integrity and class. Herschel Walker was an absolute dummy. There's a difference. And so therefore, when you're looking at a man of class, he was able to be dignified and sophisticated and run his race talking about policy. And that's a Democrat I can support any day. He
So you
talks
said
about
if Kamala was doing what Rev Womack was doing.
Around that corner,
Stop.
Mario. That's it.
Stop talking about Kamala.
Oh no,
We
no, no,
love
no,
her.
no,
We
no,
love
no.
Kamala.
Around that corner, guys. There you go.
Listen,
So
They
if
also-
Kamala,
they-
hey,
they
see,
ran the same-
if
they
Kamala
ran the
was
same
doing
race.
what Reverend Warnock was doing, she'd be all right.
Love Kamala.
Okay, all right. I got
They-
my answer. Thank
Guys,
you, dude.
you know
The
what it is?
Republicans,
It needs to be
the-
Reverend
Good to see
Kamala
you,
Harris.
Reverend
the
Doctor
Republicans,
Reverend Dr.
We
Kamala Harris.
we
It needs
love.
to be on-
Prophetess.
Oh, don't y'all put a
Get
hey
out of
hey
here.
hey hey hey. Watch
Come
yourself.
here, Cole.
No, I like. Listen, no, I'm just saying. Kamala Harris is a great candidate, and she's going to be a phenomenal president if she wins.
Lord.
What?
they ran this. Let's not forget they ran the exact same race against Stacey Abrams, and she almost won the first time.
Stacey
Yeah.
Abrams ain't all, okay.
Whoa! What did you say about Stacey Abrams?
I love
now
Stacey Abrams.
that goes to now Stacey Abrams, that goes to prove Elvis's point about black people being sometimes our downfall, because Killer Mike killed her campaign.
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying is what we have to do is make sure that we're supporting candidates because of their ability to get us from where we are and acknowledge it. I want to support someone that will acknowledge that African Americans has been getting the bottom of the barrel too long. The LGBT community has more power, influence, and respect than the African American people that has been sitting here messed up all this time. That's a problem. I got a problem with it. At the end of the day, what is happening just cannot continue to happen. We can't sit back and act as if we don't know that we are in a crisis. African American people in general are always looked at as getting the leftovers or getting what's left, or we got to wait. I heard Kamala Harris say, I can't just make no policy. I'm not going to say I'm going to do something directly just for blacks, but I can say, but you did something directly for LGBT. You did something directly for immigrants. You did something directly for many groups. Why do we always got to act as if it's a plague to do something for blacks? We are behind.
So I can't speak for Kamala at this particular moment, but I will say this because if she put me on her team, Kamala,
Oh Lord.
call me.
Call me now.
Anyways, I'm gonna say this. This is me. Now, as a black man, I'm black first. I don't care whatever I got else in my family. I'm black first. At the end of the day, I feel like this. There are some policies and procedures that do need to go in play for black people. Because again, we are the ones that are affected, and y'all come to our doors, come to our churches, our communities. And then as far as being a punk of God, you come to the punk of God communities and you ask for us to, no. Because again, I'm not.
What is a punk of gods? What are you talking about? What are you
a homosexual.
Oh my God.
You come to the LGBT, you come to the LGBTQ community, and that consists of everybody. But see, there's a divide even in that community as well. But you
sure is.
that community,
it is.
and
Black LGBT is not the same as white LGBT.
it's not. It's not.
Please.
It's not. It's not.
Please.
But you come to the
trust me, I know.
The L is separate, the G is separate.
And you ask for us to vote for you. You ask for us to help you with your campaign and this. And just like she was on RuPaul Drag Race, at the end of the day, do not. And I say this emphatically. I don't care if it was Donald Trump. I don't care if it was Andrew Gillum. I don't care if it's Kamala Harris. Don't come to these communities and sit on these TV shows and sit in these churches just so you can get a vote. Because again, if you're not going to come back to these communities and support these communities, you can get the fuck on. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones who's supporting you. We're the ones who's putting you there. So we want to make sure that we have policies and procedures. We want to make sure that we have laws in place that protect us. And that goes for the gays. That goes for the blacks.
I'm only talking about blacks. I ain't mixing nothing else. Y'all already got attention.
African Americans. I'm talking about us.
Let me tell you.
I know you ain't no God Elvis.
Hey, look, y'all see what happened with. Look, y'all see what Darius. I'm gonna slap you in your mouth when I see you.
I didn't
I'm gonna
say
push
nothing.
you right down.
What you talking about, Pastor Elvis?
I can't wait.
You can't slap me, Pastor Elvis. I like that kind of stuff.
Darius, let me tell you.
My Lord.
Hey, let me tell you something though. Now, did y'all see that woman that was in the box, that was in the boxing ring with the man that is a transgender?
I heard about that story. I read it. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all.
And that is Democratic policies that need to be changed. It's inappropriate.
But that was at the Olympics, right?
No, they didn't do that because they wouldn't have did that over there in Paris. That had to be somewhere else.
So wasn't that at the Olympics that was at?
Yeah, that is at the Olympics.
I think so.
So that's not a Democratic Party issue. That's the Olympic Committee.
No. That is a Democratic Party thing that they allow that because now what happens is Joe Biden has made it clear, as well as Kamala, that's the law. You cannot. They have a right. If you are a guy and you're transgender, you have a right to participate in women's sports. You have a right now, and that's not okay. You just can't do it. You can't do it because you're still a man. And could you imagine how that man was punching that woman enough? I can only imagine she fell into her knees. She had to fall because he probably was knocking her teeth loose. I mean,
you saw the real Ron DeSantis right now.
No, I'm telling you, that is not okay. Like, that is not okay. That is not okay.
Pastor Elvis, I'm gonna say I actually do agree that transgender women or transgender girls probably should probably not play on the same team as biological girls. I think that a lot of times the issue is overinflated because first of all, it's not a lot of transgender athletes out here. And oftentimes what the other side has done has conflated this issue and made it this big thing where it's not even enough transgender athletes out here to make a team, much less be the big old issue that they keep making it.
Yeah, right. They need to not to let it happen, period, and just move on. Because it just can't happen. It's just not okay. And
then they say, why don't they form their own team? Well, it's not enough of them to form a team.
So before we go any further, because we did say we want to fact check, that is an Olympic event that happened, and it was a boxer from Italy, and it was a boxer from Algiers, and that's
so that's not a Democratic Party.
Associated Press article.
But no, I'm talking about the
and
Democratic
Party.
The bullshit.
No. Let's do fact checking. Look at it again now.
Algiers,
I said Kamala Harris. No,
in Maine.
I ain't talking about that situation. I'm talking about the law. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
Boxer that's trans. That's where that came from.
Yeah, and I'm saying that the Democratic Party has allowed that. That is now the law that transgenders can play in the sport that they identify with. We can't have that law on the books. That's what I'm speaking of.
Wait, what?
We were stating the issue.
So what did you propose for a trans student who identifies as the opposite gender? Are they just not supposed to participate in sports?
Well, women plays football now. You know, they got women. They got real women that play football. We got girls that's on the football team.
But then y'all don't have a problem with that because then y'all will say they're not real women.
No. They own the football team. That's already happening now. That happens. That's been happening since I was out of school. And
but for your transgender student at the local high school, where there is no team for transgender people because that person might be the only one.
Well, again, a girl is playing football with boys, and that girl did not come in the locker room with us boys. She went in the girls' locker room. A transgender can be on the football field. If you are, again, the problem is men playing in women's sports. It's
That sounds mighty
unfair.
sexist, Pastor Elvis, but continue.
But it's unfair to the woman. It is. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
So it ain't no strong women out here. That's what you're saying.
No,
all women are weak.
No, they ain't got nothing to do with weak. I ain't finna let you take me down no rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I'm just asking a question, Pastor Elvis.
Walking there when Elvis, don't walking there.
All I'm talking about is policy.
I want you to walk carefully. I'm just
I'm treading real careful. It's a lot of eggs on the ground, and I ain't gonna bust not one. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I want to make sure that just like the LGBT should be protected, women should be protected, Black men should be protected, Black women should be protected. We're going to protect Kamala Harris from every white man and every white woman that is going to be disgracing and disrespecting her.
So you're going to protect her from Trump? You're going to protect Kamala from, you're going to protect Madam VP from Donald Trump?
Madam VP is going. She's a prosecutor. She's going to handle her business.
Wait a minute. You just said you was going. So you're not going to protect all this stuff that this man is saying about her. He's questioning her.
No, that's politics.
You're not going to protect her.
They do. No, that's politics. That's different. We talk. That's not.
Oh my God!
No,
that's the one.
So if it's politics, it's okay.
No, Donald Trump ain't gonna get on no stage. No,
that's the one.
Look, Donald Trump ain't gonna get on no stage and call her no color.
Well, he
did that yesterday.
There, y'all go talk about basically. I don't want to hear that. Y'all.
No,
he called her a black yesterday. He did that.
Okay, y'all can do basically. I'm gonna just say what I said. Y'all can.
Okay, so let me not say basically. When Donald Trump got up there yesterday, he took what she. First of all, I know
what did he say, Jives? Come on, he called her colored. I mean,
no.
He didn't know she had turned black.
Did he call her a colored?
No, but Sebastian Gorka did.
Semantics. Oh,
I'm talking about Trump. I don't know about no Sebastian. I'm talking about
Vance called her a chameleon.
You need to go look him up. He basically called her color. He called her.
He ain't running for president.
The only reason
he ain't. I could care less.
His running mate called her a chameleon.
All right, he said because of what he said because she has a vagina and because.
Can we watch this video real quick?
No, because we watched it all. We know what we done watched that 52,000 times on Facebook.
Oh, okay, because I mean
all over the world. He didn't call her color at the end of the day. I mean, that's the bottom line. Donald Trump, JD Vance, or whoever he gonna be this week, none of them is gonna be disrespecting an African American qualified woman to run for president. And
but they are.
Sit back. No. Listen,
that's already gone. They already did that.
Okay, when they do, they're going to be checked just like a checkbook, checking balances. People going to call them out. People going to say what they're going to say, and we're going to keep on voting our best interests.
In a way, Joe Biden caught him off guard when he dropped out the race. Because they was planning on running against him.
Joe Biden ain't caught him off no guard, honey. Everybody named mama knew Joe wasn't fit. Baby, who you thought, where you come from? Do you think, who you thought Joe was finna go all the way to November in the election? What you
this is how I feel about it. I feel like they allowed Joe to go as far as he was gonna go, and they pulled the rabbit out the hat. That's what I feel like they did.
They been knew that. They knew that man wasn't finna run again.
That's what I just said. They allowed him to go as far as he was gonna go, and Kamala was gonna be the rabbit in the hat.
Well, everybody already knew Kamala was going to be the next president. Even if Joe would have kept running and Joe won, we knew Kamala would have been the next president. Cause the man ain't got no more energy in him. He better go resign so he can keep on living.
Well, I think Nikki Haley said that. She said the first person that get rid of that 80-year-old candidate is going to be president of the United States.
Well, she lied. So you can take that lie and take that on somewhere else.
If y'all enjoying the show, make sure y'all send a cash app to KingJivesShow
Absolutely
and say that you are enjoying the show. You said absolutely not.
I said she lied. I'm talking about Nikki Haley. And I'm
Oh,
Woo, that'll do.
I was like, ooh. There's some truth selling going on here tonight.
Hold on now. We gotta collect these coins. Wait a minute now.
Collect them coins.
So I want y'all, if y'all are, because this is a really great conversation. Because again, I want people to understand that we can respectfully agree to disagree.
Oh, absolutely. It's been great.
Yeah.
And this is really fun. And I mean, this is what
Hey, Jives, wait real quick. This woman named, what her name? Toka girl. Toka, what are they? Toka girl. Say, what's wrong with Elvis? What's wrong with this guy named? What's wrong with me? Toka girl, whatever. Tika girl.
Elvis, I would say like Madison told Kaya, stay out them comments.
Stay out them comments. Stay out that comment section.
You got to engage the guests every now and then.
Ooh.
You don't never you got to engage them. They'll make it spicy.
Reverend Dr. Elvis, let it low.
All right, Elvis.
Loose that comment section, Pastor.
Loose let it alone.
Hey, John.
You no more shot.
Hey, John, I done read
You know not what you asked for.
What's
it? I don't not now. If she reads you, I would not delete. Aunt Deb said, "Now if she reads you, I ain't gonna."
Oh God! There she goes. She said, "You sound delusional."
See, that let it alone.
See, but you asked for it, Pastor. You asked for it, so here we go.
I want to know. I'm not like that. Let me tell you something. If you ever run for office, do you not know it is even illegal when you are an elected official to delete any comments off of your Facebook page? That's your campaign page.
Well, I'm so glad I'm not an elected official right now.
You cannot delete. You have to address any constituent, have a right to say whatever they want, and you cannot delete. And you can't block them.
Well, they get blocked over here.
No, and so you got to be able, when you're in politics, everybody's not going to agree with your views and your values. Correct. So you got to be okay with somebody calling you everything but Jesus. Yeah. And it's okay. I mean, because I'm not like that. I don't get, my feelings don't get hurt.
You just get loud.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I get loud because that's just my nature. People be thinking I'm angry, but I be passionate.
But you know what, Pastor Elvis, I think you're going to be a good school board member. I think you're really going to fight for those kids.
When is your election, Reverend Dr. Elvis?
Right now,
it's
start Monday.
5th. August 5th.
August 5th is going to be early voting, but vote by mail ballot went out July 18th. People are already voting right now.
But the actual general election vote.
The general is going to be in November 5th with the president, but the primary is August the 20th.
That's the one okay, all right. Because we just had ours here in Tennessee, so praise.
Yeah,
well,
I
pray that you favor well.
I do pray I win. I want to win. I want to, one thing about it is I tell everybody I'm Black before anything else. I'm Black. Our kids deserve it. I'm a fight and advocate for our community.
Any more latest time?
But you so crazy, Jives. You terrible. I'm gonna do that if I don't do anything else, because that's my passion, to see our young people actually dream again and have a desire, and we help them. It's rewarding. So we got to do it, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna really fight for it. But no, I just want to make sure whatever we do, we keep it in forefront, that we can no longer continue to be last. Whatever we do, we got to be willing to say Black. Whatever we do, we got to be able to have the tough conversation. We have to do that.
Power to the people.
So I'll say this: I do back Elvis as far as school board and everything like that, because Elvis is it sounds weird. Elvis is a good person, and he does work hard, especially for the kids, and that's real talk. And I'm not.
Why you say that sound weird? It sound weird for you to say I'm a good person? I'm confused.
No. See, you're being loud and wrong. You're being loud and wrong.
Stop being like Donald Trump. Stop.
You're loud and wrong. Let me say what I need to say now. Reason
Loose
why
that spirit of Trump. Loose that spirit of Trump.
The reason why I say that is because, you know, Elvis and our views on a lot of things are very different. So, you know, people say, well, how do you do this with Elvis or Elvis, how do you support Jives? The thing about it is this right here. We can have different views, but we still support each other when it comes down to different things. And I have seen Elvis in action. And because I see his action, because I see what he does in real life, that's why I support him. Okay, so like people can do whatever they want. Hold on. People can do whatever they want to do, but if I can't see your works, see all this talking is one thing. But if I can see your works, that's something totally different. I'll ride with you till the wheels fall off. And so, you know, even when it came down to me, you know, Elvis has even helped me with some things when it came down to some legal stuff, and I appreciate that because he is. I mean, when he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it, and that's real. And that's I'm telling you what I know. I can't talk about what somebody else know. I can't tell you about somebody else's experience. I'm talking about my experience. So my thing is, even though we may have different views, and me and Elvis, we go back and forth all the time about different stuff, especially like this. But I feel like when it comes down to it, it boils back down to what are we going to do about our community? Like, how are we going to change our community and make it better? Because we're sitting out here bumping our gums and doing a lot of talking. But as I said from the very beginning, it does start from the ground floor. We got to start this stuff from our local and then get to the national. We want to talk about what we want Kamala to do, but we need to talk about what we need our local and state to do. Yeah, because if we can't fix the local and state, because you need to be talking to your local and state about these policies and procedures about Black people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's real because, again, we here in Florida alone, we have problems, especially with our police and the police law enforcement. Now, we do have some good people. Chad Foster is really good, even though he's a Republican. He's really good.
Yes, God, he is the guy. Nobody like him.
Chad is really good. I'm telling you, I know Chad. And if there's a problem,
he's a phenomenal sheriff.
Did he give you some money?
He's an absolute phenomenal sheriff, Republican sheriff. But guess what? If you have any problem with a deputy pulling you over and being disrespectful, being condescending,
you ain't lying,
rude,
because I'm sure we'll hit him up.
I will pick up the phone and call the sheriff, and I can promise you he a man of action. He will fire you on the spot.
Thank y'all. Oh, listen, y'all keep the donations flowing in. I need it. Listen, we got to keep the lights on. Praise God. Ooh, can we do $250 tonight? $250 tonight. We'll be all right. Hey, Santa.
Come on.
250, 400. We'll be all right. I need to be on a campaign. Elvis, I think I need to run for a campaign next year, too.
Well, you
wait,
I'm just singing because I just felt the melody in my heart. I just wanted to get a song. Now, why I can't get no song? You know, I just wanted to get a song in my heart.
I can't.
Elvis.
Yes, sir.
I felt like that was a read. Okay.
I ain't saying nothing. You let me know what you running for, Jives. Let me know what you running for. Oh God.
Well,
okay. But so no,
for Mr. Elvis.
Go ahead.
I have a question for Mr. Thomas. I'm not sure.
Talk to you. You finna leave me alone, Mr. Thomas.
It's a question I have for you. You know, I'm not sure. I just want to know, where do you stand on these politicians banning books?
Who? Wait. Who?
Where do I can tell you where I stand. Good question. Where I stand on that is twofold. In my district, I focus on trying to make sure that I can get my kids and we get with community partners and get with parents and provide resources to empower our students to actually want to read. Unfortunately, we have too many students in 5th grade that's reading on the 1st grade reading level. So I can't talk about banning a book in the library when they ain't even going to the library. But I can tell you one thing, what is very important is that when our kids do go to the library, I don't want my son to go to the library and check out a book and it's talking about porn. I think that's inappropriate and it should not be happening. And it's happening in
Elvis,
our schools. But
Elvis,
however, yes, sir,
Elvis. How
got the
many
book.
children are checking out books about porn?
I'm just
Oh
saying
no.
when he talked, no, we got catch his question now. Make sure before you start this, he talked about banning books. So the books that he's talking about banning, those are things for me, is when we talk about banning books, that's what certain groups and all of them is talking about banning books due to pornographic conversation content and all that that's in our elementary libraries. That's
Okay,
the
let me ask you.
problem.
You know who Amanda Gorman is?
I do.
Okay, they banned her book. So why would they? She has nothing to do with any of that.
Well, I just gave you,
She
Mr.
she
Thomas.
she,
I
she
just gave
spoke
you
at
my
Joe
stand
Biden's
now.
inauguration. So why
Now,
did I want to know her book
you,
was banned?
I just gave you my stance on what I think need to be banned. Now you can't. I told you if it's got something to do with pornographic conversation content, that should not be in our schools. Under no circumstance should our children
What about
be
gender?
in.
Books on gender and
Let,
identity.
let me jump in here real quick, Darius, and Elvis, Miss Thomas. Let me say this real quick. The reason why I am passionate about the educational system is because I know what my family has done in the educational system. And me and Elvis has had this conversation. I've talked about this on this platform before, especially if anybody live over there in Polk County, y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. When Black people try to make a difference in the community, because I know my family did, and you try to help your own and every white person, Hispanic, whatever else person of in poverty that falls in that minority place, I know what they have done. And so if we don't band together and try to make a difference and see, because I know what my aunt Prophetess Betty Mitchell had did, and she had went around to a lot of these churches helping them open up schools all over Florida and helping them, develop programs so that they can educate their kids, even in the low impoverished areas. Because in Bartow, Florida, we were busing kids from all over the area. Wauchula, Bartow, Lakeland, Haines City, all over the place, because these kids couldn't read. And just like Elvis was saying, like, first of all, these kids was in 12th grade, was reading on 6th grade level, 5th grade level. And they was in the school 2 months. So again, if your teachers are not getting paid, let's take it back to this. If your teachers are not getting paid right and you got problems, at living, you're going to have a problem trying to teach. And again, we talking about books and stuff. If them children can't read, write, and know their arithmetic, then what are we talking about books for? There's a whole circumference of a problem when it comes down to the educational system, especially here in Florida. Teachers aren't getting paid. They're taking out all the curriculum out of the schools, and they only want to teach white shit. Don't nobody want to hear about no goddamn Christopher Columbus, because that was some fake news. And if we, okay, ain't gonna do no religion stuff. We're gonna leave that alone. But again, if we don't talk about the things that matter, that really matter to us, then we're gonna really have a problem. Now, we can sit out here and talk about money all day long, but money is an issue. Our education is an issue. Living is an issue. And again, if Kamala Harris is going to be the president, we need to start in our local and bring these issues to our local government and make sure that the local government gets it to her so that they can get this issue corrected and done. Because we don't need no Ron DeSantis sitting his pale ass in office trying to tell us who we don't need to educate.
Well, just for the record of me being on the school board, when I win, and if the Lord see fit, I could say very clear, I will be 100% against any ban on African American books, period. I would never agree with it, even though it's 7 of us on the board and you need 4 votes for something to pass. I would be very big to have a 1-6-1 vote, banning African American books, refusing to teach African American history would be something that I will strongly fight against, because it is just fair and it is just right for our kids to make sure that they understand who they are and who they can become. That's
Now,
a
Elvis.
necessity.
Now, Elvis, when I went to the school board meeting, well, it was a political rally, and it was at the skill center. Now, they did talk about the pay scale. They talked about living. What are your views on that?
Well, they talked about I did, because it is
You
live
talk
and
about
it's
it.
public. It is live. So I did talk about, because we did a referendum. They asked for a referendum for it to come on the ballot in 2024 that will give teachers an increase in pay. They asked me, do I support the referendum? Because what the referendum do is it higher the taxes on homeowners in order to give the pay. I said I am totally against it. If I'm on the board, I will vote against the referendum, because I still believe at the end of the day, the referendum is a bandage. Number one, it is a taxation. It is not a real increase. It is like a bonus. It is 40%. They tax 40% on that bonus. On top of that, it's only for 4 years. You can't give teachers an increase in pay for 4 years and then drop their pay back to $40,000. That is absolutely nuts. And so I am against the way they go about it, but I do agree that teachers deserve more money. Teachers should have more money, and we need to get that budget, but it cannot be on the backs of taxpayers. We got to get that budget under control, and in $4.3 billion, we need to figure out why we are not allocating appropriate resources to secure our teachers with a higher salary, not a bonus. Because you give them a bonus, again, they tax that bonus 40%. The IRS take 40% off of that bonus. That's a problem. And it's only for
Well, they
4
need a
years.
tax cut for that.
Huh? Yeah, right. So
I said they
all
need a
I'm
tax
saying
cut for
is,
that.
so what I'm saying is I'm not a fan of a referendum, but I am a fan of making sure teachers get what they deserve.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. All right.
But of
What?
course, not, I'm just saying, of course, people saying, hey, it's teachers pay, you need to do, but it's still different. I think that's a setup for disaster. Because if I'm a teacher and you give me a bonus, or you give me a raise, and then I wouldn't go, I done got me a good check now, I done got a raise, so I go buy me a Mercedes, and I go get me go buy me a house, because my taxes, I got my tax returns, and now 4 years after I done lost the money. What in the name of God I'm finna do? You set me up for failure. That's a disaster. Because I'm up there buying stuff predicated on the tax bracket that I'm not promised to stay in.
Well, again, you the fool, because you didn't want to spend your money on some stuff instead of learning how to.
But we do it. But we do it. I mean, we
We
do it.
do.
That's every day. We do it. Because it's your tax bracket. You think that you don't got an increase now.
So Elvis, what is a way that you all can go about getting those teachers a raise without doing the referendum? Are there options available to where it doesn't tax the people in your district, in the school district, to where it can be done?
Well, the problem is that the problem I'm having with the district is in 2020 the budget was $3.1 billion. That was in 2020. We had all these teachers, and it was said that we didn't have enough to give a raise. In 2024, the budget is $4.3 billion. We got over 1,000 teacher vacancies. So now we done lost a whole lot of teachers. We got over 1,000 teacher vacancies. We got a budget of $4.3 billion, and we're still hollering it ain't enough. Something is wrong. Our budget is increasing. Our teachers are decreasing, but we still don't have enough. And that's a problem for me. We need to figure out what is the line item. Where do we have the most waste? And on top of that, when we look at that budget, we got to make sure that we understand that teachers, we can increase the raise. And the problem I had again with the referendum, because if you increase teachers' pay and you give the teachers the pay, you still have big vacancies in inner city schools. You got to now pay teachers more money to just teach in a Black school. Because if a teacher have a choice to go to a school where she get up in the morning, drive to school and teach a lesson, and she can teach effectively and have a good day, or go to a school where the kids probably won't be listening and gonna cuss her out and tell her to shut up, she's gonna go teach at the other school. And so she get the same pay. So now we got to say, okay, we increase the teacher's pay. Now what we do in Hillsborough County is say, we'll give you $5,000 extra just to teach in our schools. So in the real reality, it's never enough, because you got to keep bribing teachers just to teach our kids. That's a problem within itself.
I was raised by an educator, so I was raised in Mississippi, and Mississippi is still the lowest paid state for educators still. Do you have, and you can tell me if this goes into, because you're running for office and this is public, but do you have access to the information to find out what the line items are that are in excess?
I do. The budget is public record. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when we look at it, when I look at it, it'll be just basically making sure we cut. Perfect example, we got a program, SB. Everybody remember SB. We used to use XB. Well, we don't use SB no more, but we still paying for it. That's a problem, right? We need to find out why we're still paying for something we don't use anymore. That's a program we need to get thousands back from. Then you look at the superintendent in his cabinet. Every one of them is getting paid 6 figures plus. Let's see how many. Let's see how many. We want to see how many of those getting paid and doing the same job. Because you got a hell of a big cabinet, and all of the money is at the top. So let's see if we can go ahead and see if we got 5 people getting 6 figures, but all 5 of their job descriptions are the same. What are we doing? So things of that nature. You know, I think, and of course they're not gonna like that, but that's just me. I intend on scrubbing the salaries and scrubbing the budget from the top and working my way down, because I believe majority of the money in the operational budget should go to people that is having the direct impact in our kids' life. That's in the classrooms. Those administrators and those teachers should be the ones getting the check. All you district officials that's getting paid 6 figures to never see a child, I got a problem with it.
Okay.
Now, I just probably lost 6 votes. I got to get off of this thing job. I can't tell the people they ain't gonna vote for me. It's election time. Teachers, y'all vote for me, because administrators gonna go and support my opponent.
Well, here's what I'll say. Oh, wait a minute. Senate Republicans. Matter of fact, let me just post this and
start that.
No.
Oh, you talking about them voting against that bill?
Oh God.
I'm gonna post it.
Jesus the mighty.
The mighty Lamb of God.
What you got going on, Jive?
Nothing but the Lord is gonna have. He's gonna be kind.
Jive, what you got going on? You always up to something crazy.
So the Senate Republicans have blocked I can't really say this word, bipartisan bill that would boost a tax credit for parents.
Well,
That's the Republicans.
Of course they would.
But you got that vice presidential candidate out here who is.
Wait a minute. Wait. That tagline, the caption says, after passing easily in the House with support from both parties in January. Come on, because I got it up on the screen.
I can't click on it. I can't click on it.
So guess what now? So they say
That's
Senate Republicans have blocked it. Have blocked the bipartisan bill.
Let it be so.
That will give tax credits and boost them. The senators, the Republican senators.
Oh.
Is that surprising?
No, because it's election season.
Thank you, Darius. God darn, it's political. Of course they're going to knock it down. They don't want nothing. Do you think, let it be a tax stimulus check. They want to put out a stimulus check. Let Kamala say she want a stimulus check for every American right now and see it only get knocked down. Not right now. They ain't
so I'm going to ask.
Children, Elvis, what about the children?
What about the children? You're absolutely right. They ought to be ashamed. But guess
what?
You
know what they said, Cheryl? You know what they said, Cheryl?
What they say?
Fuck them kids. That's what they said.
That's terrible.
That's real terrible.
I mean,
that's real terrible.
Basically.
That's what they said, though.
That's what they said, though. I mean, we see the thing is, people are crying about children, and while I'm talking, y'all, $8 to $10 in the Cash App. I need it's 122 people on here. Need y'all to go ahead and make it happen tonight. Let's do it.
Out here, we were just talking about the cost of living and inflation and gas, and so the credits that you want the people to have to make sure that the I'm sorry.
Okay, can I say this? I'm just playing the devil's advocate. Okay.
Don't
the
play
Senate
the
Republic.
Okay, don't put the devil in it.
I'm gonna do it, y'all. Okay,
you are a God-fearing man.
The Senate Republicans has just knocked down the bipartisan bill. And the reason for them knocking it down is because it's election season. And so therefore you knock it down to make it look like there's nothing happening or people's lives is being affected, right? So now what my problem is, my problem with this bill that is being passed, again, I got to also agree that the Democrats perhaps wanted this bill to pass. It's also political on the same time. Even though it's bipartisan, it is still a political thing. Why is it now that this bill is passing? This tax credit don't help them until January. The election will be already over. This tax credit doesn't, it's a tax credit. This is not going to help them until it's time to file taxes. And so I think at the end of the day, just like Joe Biden and everybody hollered about the biggest infrastructure bill that has been passed in history. That big infrastructure bill don't even take into place to 2026. That's stupid. Like, what are we talking about? That's 2026. You'll have Donald Trump or another president by then that can change all of that at the snap of a finger.
But Elvis, even with that being said, like, you have a lot of people who are uneducated, just like in the school system. They're uneducated about politics. They're uneducated about the government. They're uneducated about what's really going on. So when you say something about, oh, we're cutting tax credits for parents, everybody gonna lose their mind. They don't have the wherewithal and the understanding of this ain't gonna take place until 2026. So we got enough time right now to sit out here and to do something to fight this, to make sure. But again, it takes people like myself, like yourself, people on this panel that's really putting this stuff out there. And if we're not educating the people, then it's like we're going to be fighting about dumb stuff. And this is why they rather just keep the people dumb and ignorant so that they can keep pushing.
They keep them inspired, give them no information, but give them inspiration. Because that looked good. Oh, it's a tax credit. Wow. The Republicans knocked it down. Honey, I mean.
But that's what Mario is saying. From the average person, if we were just talking about things that would help with inflation and cost of living, that's where on the surface, most people will see this as, oh, this was a way to try to alleviate something, but
not knowing it wasn't.
But for us, when we go a little deeper and we understand other things and how they work, we understand it's more complex. But when you're just putting something up on the shade room, or you're putting something up on spiritual world, that's all they see. They see that oh, it was a way for me to get something back, but I'm not getting it because it's been blocked. We all know the season. We all know that there was all of this into play. But your average person that gets all of their education from social media, they don't.
And a lot of times they're paying these social sites to post this trash, just the shade room, like the shade room, like TMZ, because it's clickbait, and people are not going to read. They're just going to see the caption and whatever they say, and they're just going to go off of that and be mad, and they'll say, oh, well, what? Because everybody looking at Donald Trump like, oh, Donald Trump will give us some money. Kamala, what are you going to do? Oh, it ain't nothing but the Democratic. But it's like, listen, y'all got to read everything. You have, and again, what do they always say? If you want to hide something from a black person, they said a nigga, put it in a book. If you want to hide something, put some information out there. People ain't gonna read it. All they gonna see is a little blurb, and they're gonna go off on that. It is very imperative. We're talking about our children don't understand, and they don't read and can't write their name in cursive and things like that. But hell, the parents are just as worse and just as effed up as the damn children.
Somebody was arguing with me yesterday and said, you don't know Joe Biden passed the biggest bipartisan infrastructure bill ever in the history of the United States. You didn't see, you don't know. And I said, an infrastructure bill that take place in 2026. Nothing happens on that bill until 20. Number one,
he gonna be well out of office by then.
Gone, and if Donald Trump win, honey, that's dead.
Y'all hear him, right? Y'all hear him, right?
Yeah, but Donald Trump was talking about infrastructure for his entire 4 years and didn't get nothing passed.
Ain't got him.
Got it passed.
No, Donald Trump. See, didn't get nothing passed.
Donald Trump talked about for 4 years. It was like a punchline.
Donald Trump got what Donald Trump wanted to get passed. $1 trillion tax cut. Yes, he did. That was what was on his mind, was how he gonna get taxes taken off from all these properties he got. That's what he did.
All his billionaire friends.
He did talk about infrastructure for the entire 4 years and didn't get not one infrastructure bill to his desk.
And he got a people wall up there.
Again, we get excited and we start praising for that's just like Lord, without Lord. All right, I'm gonna say this.
Tread lightly now. Tread lightly.
Now I want the saints on here. Because you got some saints too. I don't want nobody to misinterpret my sanctification, because I believe in holiness. But let me tell you something. That's just like prophets. A prophet can come and prophesy to you, and you'll jump up and run around. You run around the whole church and break your leg. Now they only prophesied, told you what God was gonna do, and you done broke your leg, and God ain't did nothing yet. Now I know they say don't wait till the battle's over, praising. Now that's good, I get it. But what I'm saying is, you didn't take out the work to realize that the prophet spoke a prophetic word to you. But now you got to go back and do some work. You got to go back and change some company. You got to go back and fix some stuff. You got to go back and cut some people off. And you don't do the work. You just go ahead and start doing the praising. We get excited by what we hear, and we don't take out our time to actually do what's necessary to see what it's going to take for me to get what I just heard. We're excited that there was a big bill passed from Joe Biden administration in 2022. A bill that don't come into place until 2026. All I'm trying to say is, what is it to celebrate if you already homeless, broke, and you ain't got nothing but by the time 2026 come? I got to wait 2 years to get a break. I need something. They said J.G. Whitworth, y'all watch that commercial? It's my money and I want it now. I want something now. Perfect example, California. Oh, they doing reparations. California doing Do you not know in order to get reparations, it's for the people that is still alive?
Yeah.
That mean them people about 100-something years old. That ain't, oh, they doing
That
giving
ain't for
blacks
you.
reparations. That ain't for, honey, you still got to go to work. That ain't the reparations we talking about. We talk about every black ought to be rewarded for what our ancestors went through. No, your ancestors the one got to get the check and they dead. So all that money's still sitting there. That ain't no victory. That's a ploy.
Well, I tell you this, especially for black people, people of color, we get excited over salacious things and stuff that ain't gonna deem you no good or even help you in the long run. We like gossip and tea. But when we talk about these conversations, don't nobody really want to show up. No. You know, and I've been stressing this for the past about month now. And you know, Pauline want to talk about Project 2025. We touched on Project 2025. We hit on that. I've been touching on Project 2025 for the past 3-4 weeks now.
Yeah.
But what do y'all really want to know about Project 2025? Y'all want to know how the white folks gonna come for y'all with Project 2025? Is that what y'all want to know?
We in Project 2025 right now. We were raised in Project 2025. America is Project 2025. I told somebody the other day, y'all, I worry about we as a people are okay with people keeping their eyes closed, but we are angry and we go to talking about people that is just going to pull the sheet off. We're mad with Donald Trump for exposing America to racism. He only exposed what's already here.
Well, he didn't expose it. He just allowed the door to be open.
He let the door open. But guess what? They've been doing it.
They're not hiding anymore.
Been doing it for decades. This is what these white folks do. But they know how to do it sophisticated. They know how to do it intelligent, and they know how to look you in your face and say, "Hey, buddy." And
all right, Elvis, you got to get your votes now. Well, all right, Elvis.
But I'm serious. Yeah. It's the same. At the end of the day, what is happening is not nothing new. Donald Trump is doing it, but what he's doing, these people always felt this way. These people been working. You've been working for these people. These people, you've been going to Walmart with these people. You've been going to Chick-fil-A with these people. This ain't nothing new. We act like it's so surprising that, oh my God, you hear how they talk. No, they got consent now that they can say it publicly, but they've been saying it in their head the whole time.
But see, even with that, Elvis, we watched the interview, especially this morning, and the ladies who were interviewing him outside of Harris, Philibutter, whatever her name is over there at the end, the girls were being very respectful. They were giving him questions, but see, people expect for us, people of color, to address a white man or white woman with, oh yes, and Dustin. What about?
I don't believe in that.
No. They addressed him like they do as a regular journalist. They ask the questions, and if you feel some type of way about the questions that were being asked, that's your problem.
The problem was that was the form. Because again, when you're a candidate, you go places and you go to forums that you already know supporting your opponent. That's clear. You still go, and what they do is they will make all of the questions tailored to stuff that they want to expose about you, period. I went to a forum, and why was one of the questions in my forum, when you was 19 years old, did you get arrested for driving with no license? I mean, what the hell that got to do with something? And so we already know the purpose of forums and what they do. So I get the concept of him going to a place where he was not even technically welcomed or received, but the questions was going to be completely tailored to show his insignificance and his unintelligence. And that's just what you do when you already supporting someone else.
But the thing about it is this, Elvis. If anything, Donald Trump could have answered the questions, but he's not going to. Y'all, we're going to get ready to go. Listen, y'all make sure y'all send y'all offerings. Send it to Cash App at KingJivesShow.com. King Jive Show and just say you've been in the comment section. Just say enjoying the show.
I enjoyed this. I ain't never stayed on nobody live this long in my life.
You show late, except for Bishop Green. That's all right. And I got something to tell you about that too.
Oh my Lord!
They come becoming a real mess. The thing is this right here: with Donald Trump sitting on that panel, Donald Trump could have answered those questions, but he danced around those questions. He never answered not one of those questions. And instead of him addressing what needed to be addressed, he danced around it. When it came down to Kamala Harris, instead of him just acknowledging, yeah, I did say this, I did say that, he was like, oh, well, she was an Indian at one point, and now she's a black.
Well, it was already reported when he showed up there, he was already angry anyway.
Yeah.
He was already angry anyway. So, and then he had to wait an extra 35 minutes just to, their equipment to get work.
Well, the whole panel didn't start. It was almost like an hour before the show even started.
He addressed it. He said, you being rude and you come out here and gonna talk to me after you got me waiting for 35 minutes because you were late.
Well, that wasn't their problem though.
Those was his statements that she pointed to him.
Who problem was it?
That was the people all over this thing. That wasn't them ladies' problem. And he's addressing them and being very disrespectful.
Them ladies was over that.
Elvis.
What?
Well,
them ladies was over that.
But again,
that's their program. That's why I want that Harris lady. Listen, at the end of the day,
but he gave more respect to that damn Republican woman that was at the end, and he did them two black women that was sitting right beside him.
Hey,
I'm saying him almost every week.
If I let you use my church for something, Jives, and it's your program, number one, you as it being your program, you're gonna make sure that I'm at my church and I got things in order for you to start. I'm not defending Donald Trump. Let's be clear. I'm just saying in that aspect when somebody say you're late or something, you said it was not their problem because they was 35 minutes late. I mean, that's a bit their problem. I mean, but
so they controlling the mic.
And hate him, love him or hate him, a president or a former president ain't used to waiting on other people. People wait on them.
That's reality. Honey, you go to some of these churches, the pastor, Lord, thank you.
But at the end of the day, we're discussing something that we're expecting to have decorum and common sense, and he has demonstrated on multiple occasions he has neither.
Now, you can't say nothing about that now, because I think that's why Joe Biden won. But see, this is the problem. We are in this situation now because because Joe Biden won, not only because he was the vice president to our great beloved Barack Obama, but he was also someone that was going to bring normalcy back to the state. We want the United States to get back to normal. It was seeming to be chaotic. It seemed to be crazy. It seemed to be all over the place. So we wanted something normal. So when the normal came, then inflation came. Then all these people heard their pockets start hurting. So people started getting nervous. Now people going crazy because we shouldn't be in this situation. I can tell you one thing. If the economy was different, I don't even think he would have ran, but wouldn't nobody be worried about him?
So Elvis, let me do this and then.
No, he's basically running to stay out of jail.
But here's my thing. Are we?
Well, I mean, that's a good reason to run. But go ahead, yes, ma'am.
Are we in this position because everybody keeps throwing inflation and all of that stuff out? One of the reasons why we are in the predicament that we are in is because we were in a whole ponderosa and everything was shut down. So is it because we're trying to make up for lost time that everything is higher? Or is it because of bad decisions with the former president? And then I'm just trying to, I'm trying to give options.
We in this position because of our own bad management. Because if all of us, if we had some of them coins lined up right, and there's rent wasn't going up so high and we saved and budget appropriately, we wouldn't even be thinking about nobody like no Trump. But because of the lack of budgeting and financial literacy and we therefore now America think about my gas and my change is strange. Huh?
You're breaking up a lot. We couldn't hear a lot of what you just said.
I'm trying to tap in on your line.
You're doing a great job, Elvis.
Great job, Big League.
Hey, they said my money looking funny and my change acting strange. So not everybody is panicking because these bills real out here.
Yeah, they are.
And they are paying. And so, I mean, you know, first thing you look at.
But does the world being shut down for almost a year changes?
Honey, that was a blessing to some of us. I don't know what you're talking about, baby. Baby,
but do you think the reason why some of
I made more money than ever when COVID was here?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, sure. Yeah. Oh, God.
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, God.
Hey, we're praising him in this instance. We're crying in the next. So that's why I'm asking.
Well, we praise it. We praise it because when COVID came, we praise it because we see astronomical growth in our hey, shot. Hey,
so you got it on the front end, and then you're mad that you're paying for it on the back end. Is that what you're saying?
No, you mad. No, you mad because you didn't handle that expansion well.
But
I'm just asking.
You let another PPP roll through here again.
I'm just asking.
But do you also?
Some of us benefit back then, but then it's coming back again where you got to pay the piper. Could that be why we're here? It's just a question. I don't know if it's a right or wrong answer to it. I'm just asking.
Yeah, it could be. You might be. Yeah, it might be. And we got paid. I shame on Joe Biden and Kamala for being in the seat while we got to pay.
Wait a minute.
They didn't have nothing to do with that.
But wait a minute, though.
You were good.
But do you think there's some of these corporate business that's price gouging also?
Well, guess who can stop price gouging?
It's a mighty storm rumbling outside my door.
I know it. Who can stop price gouging? He said, if that woman was my daughter, would I let Trump talk to her that way? If that woman was my daughter and she was going to interview Trump, I would be telling her, you stand your ground. And you built for this and you do the very best you can. And if he try you, act like you know where you come from. You hear?
I have a question.
And guess what? And I'd be sitting home waiting on my daughter to come back after I done watched her rip him to shreds and use her education to let him know that she's not beneath him, but she is just as great.
Wow. He's not gonna let you get a word in edgewise to even be able to do all of that.
Well, and she ain't gonna let him get one in either.
Mercy, have O Savior.
Because she's gonna say, excuse me, Mr. President, when you finish talking, I have something to say. I'll finish asking my question, and you can give an answer, or you can do what you keep doing, run all over the building.
So I want to just take this moment to just say thank you to everybody. Because we've been on here 3 hours, and this has been really good.
Can we come back and do this after she's officially named nominee?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's going to be in November, correct?
No, it's this month. I think this August 1st. They already start. I think they was going to start the roll count.
Yeah, no, they getting ready. They getting ready to go. It's gonna be when they go down there to Chicago to that convention down there.
The DNC, yes.
I know it was some talk that they might try to do a roll call before
they going down there to that convention down there, and they
not that convention.
They're going down there to that convention.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
where they going there? They going to the Koja convention? Oh no.
They going down there to that convention. I was over at the other. Look, hey, Darius, I was over there at the other convention down there in Milwaukee where the Saints was praying.
Oh, you mean what? You mean what? Grindr got shut down.
Hey, now listen at that. Listen at you. Listen, that's a shame for God. That's a shame.
Hey, it's a shame that all them good Christians, Christians, all them conservative Christians up there in that city and Grindr, the gay app got shut down.
I was over there where the Saints was praying. And where they was hollering that he still is the king of
well,
kings.
you know, well, Grindr covered the whole city, so Grindr covered the whole city, Pastor. So wherever you was, it was there.
I ain't got to do with that.
Today.
Oh no.
On your knees,
I ain't got nothing to do with that one.
Now you might not have been on it, but it was what you was.
I don't know what it was doing. We was talking about the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords where I was.
Nationwide is on your side.
Hey, we was talking about the great I am where I was.
And baby, they was talking about the great somewhere else.
Yeah, listen, it can be the great. It can be the great I am. Hey,
we was talking about Jehovah where I was at.
He can be called Jehovah.
And they was calling Jesus across town.
Woo!
Hey, mighty God.
Hey, we gonna see what. Hey, we gonna see what gets shut down down there in Chicago.
Right now, Kamala Harris on TV right now.
Don't nobody care about man. Lord, boy,
Elvis.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they finna greet the freed American hostages.
He almost made me get in my
Uncle
flesh.
Joe.
So listen, we're gonna come back, and as soon as she gets named the candidate officially, we're gonna come back and do this again. But listen, I want everybody who's watching now, make sure y'all support the platform and everything like that. I appreciate everybody who has been on here. Elvis, I want to say thank you again for being on. Cheryl, thank you. Darius, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Elvis, you are my brother. I appreciate you too. Mr. Thomas, thank you so much for coming on. I thank y'all so much. But again, I want y'all to make sure y'all support the platform. Without y'all support, things cannot go forward and things cannot proceed forward. Thank y'all so much tonight. Anybody have something they want to say before they get off here?
You know, I love Pastor Elvis. I love Pastor Elvis. I love when he come on.
I love y'all too. I mean it, but I want all y'all to go. All y'all that's mad at me tonight, please do me a favor and go to Elvis.
Oh, that comment section, like you have it, Pastor Elvis.
Yes, listen, all of y'all that's mad with me tonight, please. There's somebody say I'm about to lose my job. Lord have mercy. Can all y'all that's mad with me? Hey, look, all y'all that's mad with me, can y'all go to Elvis, the number 4 schoolboard.com. I would love your support.
Wait, hold on. Let me get it.
www.elvis4schoolboard.com. Now, y'all don't go in there and write no notes to me now. I'm sorry if I offend anybody. I love y'all for real. Now, don't y'all go in there and be mean.
Elvis for School Board.
Elvis, the number 4 schoolboard.com. And y'all go on over there and patronize the man of God. But please, before you can't go over there and bless the man of God until you bless the pastor of this Jive show.
Yes.
So I thank y'all so much. I mean,
the pastor and the national mother.
Hey, look, Aunt Deb normally. Hey, Jives, you know Aunt Deb normally be on my team tonight. Tonight I done rub Aunt Deb wrong tonight.
Yeah,
you don't rub that tea wrong tonight.
Hey,
yeah, I just said.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Aunt Deb, please take me back. Forgive me. I'm at the altar. Hiya, glory.
Won't you to bless my soul?
Yes, sir. That's good right there. I'm at the altar, Lord. Yes, sir. That's it, Jives. I felt that. I might sing that tonight when I get in this house.
Well, listen, yes, I appreciate. Sherry, you got something you want to say before we get off here?
Everybody donate to King Jives. Pay your tithes and offerings to the House of Faith.
$8 to $10. $8 to $10. $8 to $10. That's all. $8 to $10.
I enjoyed myself. There's a storm out on the ocean, and it has
And it's
moved
moving.
it has moved this whole way, huh?
Yes. If your soul not.
If it's not anchored in Jesus, you will surely drift away. Come
Now
on
listen
here.
here. That's what I'm
I
talking
do,
about. Y'all.
I do want to say this really, really quick. Make sure that those of you who go to different houses of faith, make sure that your people are involved in the process. I do want to shout out my home organization, the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, because they had Love in Action and Mother Tamika Mallory and all of them were just at our national convention
They showed
in
up.
Baltimore, having the big fun. I missed it. I'll be in New Orleans. Praise God for obvious reasons. But it's important because we have to have these conversations in all settings. If DeMario has me back after the DNC is done and we sit down and we talk and we converse, I would love to have it. Darius, you know I love you real big.
Thank you. Yes.
I want to come back. Elvis, you've been a jewel.
I appreciate you. I
Praise
mean it.
God.
I'm telling you.
God, praise God. You've been a jewel, man of God.
I appreciate God. I'm telling you.
Why everybody want to be live tonight when I go live?
Because
I
Lord,
appreciate you.
they ain't talking about what we're
she's
talking about.
she's the nominee.
Yeah. Did
okay, well,
everybody pay your tithes and all
Yeah,
You know,
because we
sometimes you know
had
that be
it
by
on tonight.
design.
you said
We
what?
ain't worried about it. You know that be by design, but we're not worried about it.
Listen, it's been good. I appreciate everybody for being on. Listen, did y'all support? Did y'all send your cash apps? I greatly appreciate it. We're gonna slide it around over there to the where it need to go to, so we can get some things taken care of.
Kamala, look, somebody in the comment section, Kamala Harris just got my vote. Somebody done changed my whole mind. You know what they say? They say Kamala Harris look like she look like Dorinda Clark. It's over. That's it. She got my vote. That's it. You ain't gotta say no more.
I don't even see it. Where they live at. Anyway,
all right, we finna go. Love you, Jives. Be good.
Love
Love y'all.
Love
All
y'all.
right.